in here. Good morning. What happened? Did I move you? Maybe. We'll ignore it. Good morning. What happened to my music? Oh, there it is. Okay, Jesus Christ. Good morning. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. I'm not going to apologize. I don't know. The computers, right? Love them. I don't know. If you don't have Twitter, no shit. I woke up yesterday morning and I went to, like, my PCs were asleep. The new one would not wake up. Would not respond to the power button. Like, no matter how long I pressed it. It just was on, asleep, stuck. Checked all the monitors. Trust me, I know what the fuck to do. Had to do a goddamn power supply shutdown on the motherfucker. I'm tech cursed. I am. I know I am. I'm one of those people that I swear I probably break watches or I gotta change this. My camera's a little fucked. I don't know why, but once I give me my face cam. Once I got the computer to restart again. Don't do that. Oh, wrong button. Once I got the computer to start again, it was so slow. Like, my mouse was jittering, video was slow, like my mouse would just disappear, my desktop would just disappear. Like, I don't know, that really doesn't matter, but it's a weird sign of your computer doing something funny, right? If you have desktop wallpapers and suddenly it's just black and not there, like the Windows themed desktop wallpapers, not anything special, totally gone. And so I was like, you know what? The bitch is less than a week old. I did a fresh fucking install. I'm not going to fight it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and fight this PC. I'm not going to fight a PC. Did a fresh install all day yesterday. Wiped the thing. I mean, what was on it? Nothing. Wiped the whole fucking thing. I know. I'm the ghost in the machine. I'm the demon. I swear to God. So wiped the whole thing. Did a reset. It's new again. Nah, dude. RAM timings are fine. It's fine. Like, that's the infuriating part is by all rights, it should be fine. There's nothing wrong. It's new. No shit, my computer had the audacity of his motherboard die at the precise moment I was about to back everything up and rebuild it. Oh, that's just mean. Well, that's what happened to the old PC before I replaced this one. Essentially what happened was I was trying to wipe that one and reset it. And it would fail the reset every single time. I have no idea what caused that. It's a mystery of the internet. It would fail the reset every fucking time. And then I was like, fuck it. I'll just try to put OBS and shit back on it so I can at least stream. And I couldn't do anything. Like, the PC was stuck. Just stuck. Thankfully, I already got everything off of it. That's what demons do. Make it think it's... You're not wrong. Kendo, isn't that seriously what demons do? Like, they make you think you're crazy? I don't know. It knew you were trying to kill it. It did. And I am going to kill it. I have it in my yard, and I'm going to sledgehammer it. I'm going to pull a, goddamn, it feels good to be a gangster. It was just, I mean, I bitch about it, but, like, we were absolutely running off of a 1070 for the past 9 years. That's what that thing was running still. So it was quite outdated. Like, everything in it was so outdated you couldn't even find software for it anymore. So it was about time, I guess. It's just, I hate dropping big bills like that. No matter what, it just sucks. It's so much money. And then to bring it home, and then it just doesn't work like it should right away. But we're fine. I mean, I did the audio magic, so we're good. I checked it. Audio magic is good. No audio in the fucking, whatever it's called. No audio in the, clips. But, like, my camera is delayed. It's so weird. I don't know what's causing this. But if I look at OBS, it's like a millisecond behind. I feel like that scene in Beetlejuice where they do the horses in the mirror. It's so, I can't look at it, and I don't know what's causing that or why. Everything's fine. Like, it's all running fine. It's not acting weird. It's just, it's like a millisecond behind me, which is weird, and I don't know why it's doing that, but whatever. I miss you guys. I hate this on and off bullshit. It's like an emotional roller coaster. Like, I get one good day, and I'm, like, really excited, and I think I'm going to get back on track, and then the next day everything blows up, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Take your joy.
Did you take your joy today?
Can you hear those?
Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
I changed that. So, that's something. Me too, Skull. Dude, man... I want to know what the fuck what's happening. It drives me crazy. What's happening? Like, I've never had so many PC problems in my life. Thank you, Sterling, for some of the class. Keeping the class. I haven't given any swings. It's 1060. It still plays games almost fine. I'm saying. I mean, honestly, the only reason that PC was going down is I ran that bitch hard. Like 9 years of streaming OBS and browsers and whatever. Like, she was burnt out. No months? No months? Is that what it said? What the fuck is that? Kun, you have to be a successful streamer to get sponsored. Like, you have to physically be able to stream to be sponsored. And, you know, I mean, you guys know this. I've talked about it before, but like, getting sponsored when you talk the way I do is sometimes difficult. People don't like honest. Like, you have to be really successful, like Zach, to get sponsors and be honest at the same time. At my level, if I'm going to get sponsored, I gotta lie, and I can't do it. Cheers. I mean, Viata, that's what I'm trying. I mean, that's me too. Yes, it was. Yeah, exactly. It turned on 100% fine this morning. It didn't. So this is another thing. So like, these are just stupid PC things, but things that like, if you're interested, if you like the problem of PCs too, this is weird. So before I reset it yesterday, what it would go to sleep every 5 minutes, no matter what I set the energy settings to. It was weird. Like, I could walk away from my PC for 5 minutes and I would come back and it was asleep, the new one, and it hasn't done that since I reset it. Had to put her out to pasture. That's what it feels like. It feels so sad because, like, I pulled the case out, you know, pulled out the HD and the SD and everything. Anything in it that was, like, still viable, whatever. And I have stickers on it that are, like, my butthole sticker from 9 years ago. Like, my butthole stickers, like, all these memories in this case. It's really weird. It's like a breakup with a good old friend. Like, I don't want to put her under, but, like, she ain't working no more. Oh, it says 35 months. It said 35 months in the alert in my chat. I wonder. I don't know. The alerts are literally all I did was upload like some random um theme from Streamlabs just to have alerts today cuz there's none. And I didn't have time to put any together cuz I was literally just trying to build the stream. Like I have a list of all the programs I have to install when I reset a PC. And it's just excessive. And it was so much. And it takes for fucking ever. You guys know, I'm not the only person who works on fucking PCs. What you're saying is I just need to hold a day or two subathon fun to get you, dude. This is new. That's the killer. It's just not, I mean, it's not the best of the best. It shouldn't need to be. Like, other than the HD and shit, I don't know. It shouldn't need it shouldn't need it. It feels like a waste of money to throw any more money in this thing. I know, some got fucked, but I don't know what it was. Like, I reset it. Seriously, I was just, like, I was on the verge of tears when Zach came out yesterday to go live, and he just looked at me, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and he got mad. He was like, this is fucking what? And I'm like, I get it. Like, I've been so mad. We can be mad together. Like, there's no reason for any of it. And I did the reset, like, installed Windows and everything, and it's been absolutely fine. My only problem is Stream Deck won't work, but I can live without Stream Deck. Fuck that shit. I have a mouse. That's all first world problems, you know what I'm saying? Fatal, you know what? I actually thought about it. The only problem is it would have to be some sort of arboreal spider, like a vertical living spider, and I'd have to rig it so I could open it up in some way that, like, it's any arboreal spider is like this, to be honest, but anytime you have a tarantula that's going to climb and web high, chances are it's going to put its web on the door. They do it, all of my spiders. Anything that's arboreal, they web onto the top wherever inevitably the door is to open it and feed them. And I couldn't figure out, like, because it's all glass walls and shit. I can't cut glass. It would be, I don't know how I'd get back into it. Like, they would be forever. Same here. I didn't know what caused my mother to short, and I didn't want to take the chance at shorting on the case. That happened to me last summer on the Beast, actually, the one that I just trashed. We were streaming, I was live, and I heard, everything died, and I heard the loudest crack. Never in my life have I heard an audible sound come from a PC when something goes bad, and it was my power supply going, like, my power supply went. I just yanked it out. I was like, we're not fucking with this shit. We're not fucking with this shit at all. I thought about it, but the case is literally almost 10 years old. Like, wouldn't it be advantageous to, like, the fans and shit are old but I don't know. I still have it. I just deeply want to destroy it with a sledgehammer. I feel like that's going to be a really cathartic feeling. I got a pretty base. My case is very, very basic for this one, but I was going cheap as I possibly could. I've had like 3 different MBs and my HTPC case over like 15 years. That's fucking nice. That's real. I mean, that big case I had was old. I'd had it for 10 years. I mean, it was my second PC I ever built. Seriously. That's what I think, Kona. Like, something must have happened with the original installation, which is when I did the reset. When you do a reset on a PC, it's like either you download from this PC, like you install Windows from this PC, or download from the internet and do that. I downloaded a new whatever download of Windows, and it's been great ever since. Like for 24 hours. Like what? Not even. It's been great for like 12. Sex scared it into functionality. No shit. I mean, he gets it. Like, we both deeply love what we do. And it's so mind-numbing when you can't and you just want to, and everything looks like it should work. Like, you guys know, I'm sure we've all been there where you just kind of stare at it like, you should work. This should work. Everything should be working. Nothing is wrong. There's a fuzz on me. What the fuck? I'm going to take the sledgehammer to it. It's going to be amazing. You know what? People keep asking me about the goddamn video card, and I just forgot because I didn't go top-notch stuff. I went all, like, sale stuff, and like, because it's the streaming PC. But I kind of want to just crack it open because I've been asked every day, and I cannot for the life of me remember the number, and I threw everything away. What are you? What are you? What did I put in? Oh my god. I can't see it. I know. It's me. It makes me, seriously, I'm like embarrassed by how fucking stupid I am. I can't remember numbers to save my life. The only reason I can say 3090 all the time is it's facing me and I can look at it and be like, yeah, it's a 3090 because I forget. I hate my brain so much. I'm going to set it on fire one day. Take your joy. I laugh because I'm unstable. K7 changed forever. The only pro, I mean, I do hate myself a little bit for this. I wish I would have gone with a nicer case simply because this case has 2 USBs. 2. What PC? Like, who the fuck? What? Motherfucking Rooster. Happy Thursday, motherfucker. How are you? Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. Don't forget your Prime sub. There's a dog here on me somewhere. It's floating. What are you? Seriously, I get so frustrated because I've been dealing with PCs for years now. Like, I know what the fuck to do. CK, been following your struggles in Epic Tale. It is, and I swear to God, it's got to be me. I've never had PC problems like this in my entire life. What is the caterpillar climbing? It's climbing chat. Get it? I think it's a stick. Dude, Somber, that's kind of what it feels like, but it's almost like putting down a friend who, the way I view it is like, honestly, it comes from a medical standpoint, so it probably still sounds cold, but like, I feel like I'm that family member that kept my 84-year-old Nana on a ventilator for 9 years, and it's time. Like, I love you. You're the only reason I'm here, dear PC. Seriously, I wouldn't be here without you. You were a great friend. You did many things for me. My monitor turned off. Why? Are you kidding? I'm being haunted. Everything's wrong. It's like time, you know. Like she's suffering. It's gonna be like a mercy killing. But I took all the good shit out. It's not like I'm killing the memory or anything. Ooh, a fractal case? Oh my god. The glass shattered? I would have thought they had shatterproof in there. The fuck? I hate brains. I hate mine. I just have the weirdest time. Like, I'll remember it tonight when I'm going to go to sleep, and I'll probably tweet it. I hate my head. It's just that I can see it. If I could project an image in my head instead of speak out loud, I could communicate so much more thoroughly than I do with words. Words, I'm just like, oh, it's a fucking graphics card. But if my brain, I could be like, what? You'd see it and you'd be like, oh yeah, I know that one. I can see it. It just drives me fucking nuts. I'm going the weird route and doing cloud gaming. No shit. Wow, nice. Najil, you honestly were. I would have never touched the power supply button. I was so scared to touch that. I've never shut my PC down just by the power supply button before. And I mean, I tested the power button, honestly, after I did everything. It's responsive. It wasn't the power button. The case is fine. It was just it was the weirdest thing. It went to sleep and then just went non-responsive. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? Death. Oh, a glass corner case. Oh, I've never had one of those. Oh, fuck. Wait, Cumpets at work? The fuck? Dude, honestly, it is so hard not to get RGB on everything, and I try not to. I really love RGB. Like, I'm a sucker for glitter and rainbow and sparkles, but when it comes to my PC, it drives my eyes insane. I hate it. I don't want shit to be undulating rainbows in my peripherals all day. Like, my PC cases did that for a while until I figured out how to adjust the lighting, but they had, like, RGB in the fronts of them, and in my peripherals right here, it would be, like, neon blue and green undulating all day, and it would drive me fucking crazy. But it's in everything. Like, I remember when RGB cost $50 extra if you had it in anything, and now it's like, can I just... Like, everything has RGB, just give me settings to get rid of it. I don't want to stare at it. It hurts my eyes. What are words? I hate them. Rage! Dude. As much as I can be mentally, emotionally, otherwise. Pictorial telepathy would solve so many communication issues. 100%. Yes. Especially when it comes to, like, trying to tell you a person's name. You guys know, so many actors in the world. If I could just project the image of the person, you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. But because I can't remember their name, I have to spout out 10 different roles they've ever played. And half the time, I can't remember the role. I'm just like, they're that guy in that movie with the people? Ah! But I can see it. But this doesn't do it. Stupid. Bring your kids to work day? Gross. I used to have to go to my mom's work all the time. Really? Lots of bugs around sleep? Well, I've always had my computers set to where they cannot sleep. They don't go to sleep without my permission. I've never had a power setting that lets them just sleep. I don't do that shit. I've never seen the pro to it. Just purple, right? But not flashing a million times a minute. Like, it's like if you want a fun color, they're like, oh, do you want to do this? And give you a seizure? What? Who wants that? Who's like, yes, that's the setting for me? What? Me too. I like the lights and everything. And RGB, I do have, like, my GoXLR does this cool, like, it kind of like a rainbow undulates across all the functions but it's this really slow, gradual kind of like wave of colors. And it's really, I can dim it. So it's not like bright and obnoxious. But like, even the graphics, my 3090 that's in this case that I can see, that's closest to me, that one, it has, I'm not kidding you, it has it's crazy. You guys, I know a lot of you have nice graphics cards, so you probably know, but to me, this is wild. It actually has a little LCD screen on it that plays a video all day of the little G-Force bird or whatever it is. Like, it's like a little robot bird or something, and he walks back and forth on this little screen all day, comes out, says hi, does things, and I set up my mic so it covers it perfectly because it distracts me so bad. Why did we need an LCD screen on our graphics card? I know, I'm thinking, I want to show you. You can see it. Hold on. Right? Meow. You see that little shit? Hello? all day long. That's my graphics card. Why? Why would that be in there? Why do we need that? Like, that's obviously wasting some energy or something, right? I guess if people like to stare at their cases, like, we all make a pretty case. Like, obviously I like my organization and shit. I like a nice case, but did I need a video of this strange little eagle waving at me? What up, Jack? How are you? I had to open up my mouse and break the diodes to get rid of the RGB. No shit. Oh man, all my mice I can customize with my computer and turn the RGB off. Thank fuck. Exactly. I would never, Najil. I don't know everything about PCs, but I know the danger. Like, it's not even a good idea to hard restart your PC all the time. But touching that power supply button made me very scared. But I was like, it's a brand new PC. There's nothing on it. Like, what did I have? 3 days to build shit on it? I was like, fuck it. If something goes wrong, I can reset it. And I have my power supply out of my old PC and all that, so I wasn't too scared, but like I would never have touched it if you hadn't have told me that was like the next step that I had to do. I would have just sat here in limbo like, what now? You know? Your liquid cooler does that? It's weird, right? If it's my ND or my anxiety disorder symptom or hypervigilance, but any movement in my periphery will immediately draw my attention, like I'm about to get jumped in a horror movie. Same. Especially lights. I cannot not focus on them for some reason. Like any kind of, those undulating RGB bullshits everywhere. And it just seems like it's in everything. Like my keyboards all want to be RGB all the time. And I hate it because like you can only turn, like they don't dim far enough. I don't know. This is I know you guys, I've bitched about it too much. My eyes are so sensitive to light, like all light. I've got pansy eyes. And I'm okay with the RGB. Can I just make it really dim? But no, they're like, no, it's got to be blinding or so dark you can't see your keys anymore. Like off. I dated an engineer like 10 years ago, and I know you can dim LEDs better than that. He did it with like a stick and some solder. Fucking grow up. Even my RAM, everything has rainbows. And that's not me aiming for rainbows. Trust me. It's just everything is RGB. But I remember when I built my first PC way back in the day and I was shopping for parts, I remember like I wanted RGB because it was a new thing. This was like 10 years ago, but it was like a significant upcharge on anything that had RGB, like $50 upcharge at least. And now it's like you can't find it without it. Wait, gotta ask, I have a Go XLR. Does yours cause audio stutter? Audio, like, can you define audio stutter like I'm 5? The only consistent issue I have with my Go XLR is is a physical issue, I guess. The ports in the back are seated so fucking horrifically that if anyone breathes near my Go XLR and the ports get shifted in any way, shape, or form, I have to restart all the software and I go muted. It's been since the dawn of time. They're just seated fucking horrifically. Like they wiggle like nobody's business. I have to have everything. All my cords are duct taped together so they cannot move, like in a line. So it just goes in like because it's just that's the one problem I've ever had with Go XLR, really though, that I can think of. But it's not the best mixer in the world. Like Go XLR is great. But Zach and I were just reminiscing the other day. Like, we all got on the Go XLR kick because it was great. It was a new streamer thing. It's very useful. But honestly, my mixer I got at a fucking pawn shop years ago, my little Yamaha, did just as much good shit. And it made me sound nice, too. Last time I built a PC, the RGB stuff was cheaper than non-RGB, too. Shut the fuck up. That's hilarious. Wait, LED and new lights of that size take a small handful of watts to light up like a negligible amount. Like the little screen, the video screen, it's like a mini monitor, man. It can't be, John. Seriously, I almost made a sassy tweet when I was like rebuilding this shit last week and getting really pissy about it because lighting is always my issue. Like I've finally figured it. Like people were telling me I look pretty good, like normal. I just want to look normal. I don't want to look special or anything, just like me. But lighting is so fucking hard for me because every single key light in the world is designed to clip directly on the back of your webcam and just be right there. and I physically can't do it. I cannot stare at a light all day. And I was, you know, when the eclipse happened, what, a couple weeks ago, the solar eclipse, and there was like, all my streamer friends were like, don't forget your goggles, you're fucking looking at the sunglasses. But all those bitches are staring directly into a ring light 8+ hours every day. Can't be good. Can't be good. Just because you're not in pain like I am, it can't be good. No one should be staring at lights like that. I don't mind. I want a backlit keyboard, honestly, because a lot of the time, like, because my eyes are so fucking sensitive, I sit in the dark. Like, when I'm not streaming, I turn all these lights off, and I'm like in a dark room all the time. I need my keyboards to be lit up a little bit just so I can see them. But like I've said, there's no medium. It's like obnoxiously bright or off. There's never just like a just dim. Can we just have some dim? It doesn't need to blind me. Like, I can see it when it's not like a stoplight in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? I now have light bulbs that have little strands of white LEDs in them to replicate tungsten filaments. Oh, I've seen those. Yeah, they look like the old school light bulbs. I've seen those ones. They're pretty nice. Oh, I know. I mean, lights in general, everything. Technology has moved so fucking fast in my lifetime. I know that probably goes the same for everybody's lifetime. I can only speak to my own, but it's so weird that I can very clearly remember a time where cell phones, that wasn't a thing. And it was totally okay to leave the house and no one be able to contact you for a few hours. Like, no one freaked out. No one thought you were breaking up. Like, if you didn't answer a text that didn't exist right away, people didn't get mad at you and message you in 5 other places to try to find you. It was just okay to be out. I miss that a little, but that wasn't that long ago, you know? And like just the advent of cell phones, like I went from the Nokia brick to these in not that long. I'm not old. Like that, it's so fast. I feel like it's like a new industrial age or something. Or not industrial age, like a renaissance or something. It's just like and it keeps going, you know, like AI now. Fuck. Oh my god. Can I just tell you? So like I was saying, oh, like okay, music and it clips out like oh. No, but your gate might be too high. Maybe it's your gate. Scott, that's what I think I do. I have 4 lights all in periffs right here looking at me, so I'm not looking at one because I can't do it. I'll get a migraine immediately. I hate it. What up, Revoltcon? How are you? They have brightness controls, but it's like it's not like a sliding scale. It's like a click, click, click. So it's like bright, kind of bright, off. I know you can do the sliding like just dim. You know what I'm saying? But I find that way with lights as well. Like, there's a light right now that's facing me. I could show it to you guys. It's on 1%, and if I look over there, my eyes will start to hurt. Like, there's no such thing as a dim light. If it's light, it's going to be stupid. I don't even know what higher than 1% is on this thing. Like, what the fuck? Why? Where's the sad lights? I want some sad lights, please. When smartphones were only for rich people, yeah. I remember when I was in elementary school, one of my friends, I guess, I don't know, you're in elementary school, good friend, a friend of mine's mom had a car phone, and it's the only one I'd ever seen in my entire life. And her dad was a dermatologist, and they were fucking loaded. Like, they had a Blu-ray player before anybody even knew what Blu-ray was, you know what I'm saying? And that was wild. Like, I remember watching your mom make a call in the car, and I was like, how? Like, in my child mind, again, because I don't know how to ask for help, I would just try to figure out how it's happening, and I would make up chord magic in my head. Have less friends, no one will text you. I love being texted. Like, I love the fact that someone thought of me. But if I don't answer at the, like, I know this is just me. But if it's an emergency, call. You cannot get mad about an emergent text not being responded to right away. That's crazy. Like, if it's a text, I just default do not assume that is life-altering information. Like, what? What was a long time ago? Oh, dude, rules gone. I mean, you could lay down and stream and watch. be horizontal. Just get yourself some bisexual lighting like all the rest of the streamers, dude. I can't afford new lighting. That shit, like a key, like those new Elgato key lights are like $150 for a light. That's more expensive than the case my PC's in. What up, Fox? How are you, by the way? Your first phone got ran over? Oh my god, my first phone survived me totaling my car in high school. It was I can remember exactly where it was. It was crazy. It was the little like navy blue Nokia brick that didn't have an antenna. It couldn't text. It only had Snake on it. Like it literally could only call people. And I totaled my car, flipped it into a river. It was terrible. I was fine, obviously, wore a seatbelt, wasn't drunk or anything, just driving back roads in the middle of the night, and couldn't find my phone anywhere in the car, and called my dad. He was drunk. He couldn't come get me, so a friend had to come get me and drive me home. And the next day, my dad took me out there with a cop, and my cell phone was propped up in the wind. My car was upside down, but it was propped up in the windowsill on, just perfectly fine. Like, nothing had happened. And nowadays, it's like, oh my god, it shattered! Oh, fuck. Do you guys remember that? That's a clip of me somewhere. No shit. My iPhone ages ago. I had it propped up and I was doing a cooking stream, and I'm not kidding you, my phone did this. Onto an oven mitt, and the entire screen shattered. Like on stream. There's a clip of it somewhere. Me just picking up my phone and going, oh my god! It was hilarious. But that's where we've gone, you know? Like, what the fuck? Oh, is the music a little loud? Thank you. No. New setup, so it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough all day. Every fan I've replaced in my current PC has been with plain black slick sickle flows, and I tend to keep doing that. That's nice, though. Let me know if the music's better now. It's a generational difference. If it's an emergency, it's a call. If it's a text, it's read whenever. If someone gets upset about that, I'll set them straight on it. So will I. It can't be that emergent if all you did was type me one sentence with improper grammar and then you just stared at your phone and waited. I'm so sorry. Maybe that's just me, but call me. Like, I will, if I see my phone as a friend calling me, I will answer it. Like, that's obviously, like, anytime someone calls me, I immediately assume someone died, to be honest. I will answer immediately. But text and shit like that, like, that's not emergent information time. That's like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a time when, like, Facebook, everybody was still on Facebook, and they made this, like, you could make group, like, events or whatever. Like, I had friends who would literally set up their bridal shower or bridesmaid party or hen do, whatever, on Facebook and invite you on Facebook because I was not a social media person, I would never even see it and then not go. And then that person would contact me 8 months later and be like, I just want to let you know why I stopped talking to you. And I'm like, we stopped talking? What? And they're like, you never responded to the Facebook invite to my bridesmaids party and you weren't there. And that was important to me. And I'm like, oh, we've disconnected. Like, there's here now, right? Like, take the handcuffs off. Fuck. What is that? That literally has happened to me. I'm so sorry I don't look at Facebook. I don't know what the fuck to do for you. That's not the place. What? That's same, Viata. I have that exact same problem. No shit. Hold on. Viata said, the reception. I have really bad reception everywhere in my house. Bad responding to text messages and emails. Most of the time, I genuinely do not get the notification for text until hours later. Same. I don't have reception where I'm sitting right now in my house. Same. So I usually don't even get them until later. Or, oh God, I get after Rod for this because he's notorious for it. But people who, like, say, like, Instagram or TikTok, they send you an actual, like, text message amongst 50 reels. And then they're like, hey, didn't you see my message about blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, sorry. I didn't have enough life hours to scroll the 50 reels you sent me in 2 hours. Where is this? And it's, like, embedded in it somewhere. No. Don't do that. What are you doing? If it's that important, you can't bury it like that. Stop it. Rodney! I get after him for it all the time because he'll be like, did you ever see my blah, blah? I'm like, no, because you sent me 19 reels and I don't have that many life hours, bro. What? The shit? Clip's probably gone because of the mass delete. Yeah. Which is sad because it was a fucking funny one. My in-laws do that on Facebook for family events and they get mad when I don't respond. I better not be expected to respond. I haven't posted on Facebook in like 8 years. Suck my ass. Very long story short, I dropped my phone on my way home from a social club. Oh, this is how I got run over. I was part of back then. My apartment was basically a crossover or two over. Basically a crosswalk or two over. I can read, I swear. I got home and realized my phone went missing. After going back and forth for hours looking for it, I found it in a parking lot with the inside screen cracked to hell. Oh. Outside screen was fine. Oh, that's kind of amazing. And this happened when I was dating a psycho ex. This was a fun convo to have. Of course she did. I had something the opposite happen, actually. It was an iPhone. Back when I was still an iPhone person, I went to a nursery, a garden nursery in Baltimore, and I had put my phone on the top of my car to load my car with plants, and then just left it, drove out of the nursery, and when you leave the nursery, there's like this 4-lane, 4-way stoplight, like intersection, whatever, to go home. My phone slid off the roof of my car and landed in the middle of the 4-lane, 4-way stoplight intersection. And I didn't notice. And I went home, unloaded plants, gardened for like 5 hours. Like, you get home with plants and you're like, get them in the ground, water them, whatever. Didn't even think about it, didn't even look for my phone. And when all those hours were gone, it was like 6 o'clock at night. Finally realized couldn't find my phone. Started freaking out, drove back, thinking I left it at the garden center. And it was, I fuck you not, sitting in the middle of the intersection, screen up, untouched. Perfect. I literally had to pull into the garden center and like scurry my ass into the middle of this intersection and grab my phone. It was a miracle. I have no idea. That was one of the weirdest things that ever happened. It should have been run over so many times. Like, it's a very busy intersection. Dude, Molly, you can't with that. No. To be specific, call me twice, because the first time it rings, I'll look at it until it stops, see if there's a voicemail, call, let it ring, then call, then end and recall. That's the signal to answer. I get that too. Or sometimes I just don't hear my phone ring. I was going to say that. It seems like I feel like I'm being a bitch, but like, you're always going to get a better response out of me if you text me, hey, I'm going to call you, it's an emergency, and you call me. Because I'm going to see that text, and I'm going to see the call, and that's the double call. That's me, I'm fully fucking aware that a conversation, you need to talk. And I'm ready, like the text is there, like I'm prepared, does that make sense? Which is so stupid. You can't expect people to do all these things for you specifically. But I feel like there's too many ways to communicate nowadays via like, my mom, bless her heart, she's 70, she does her best. But like she never knows where she's texting me. So we can have the same conversation crossed over a Facebook chat and an Instagram chat and text. She has no idea where she's texting at any given time. And I feel like the world's on that on a compounded level. Like, there's too many places to message people to expect us to check all of them all the time, every day. Like, that's insane. We have things to do, like physical things, like walk and breathe and eat and piss and fuck. And like, what? Unless it's your job, like obviously. But goddamn, I'm off to give my students their finals. Oh my God, good luck. Have fun. Oops.
Have fun.
Silver, I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. Sweeps the hundreds of TikToks I trade between me and my friends like a TikTok black market. Lol, you saw nothing. I don't mind getting 100 TikToks being sent to me, but don't hide an actual text message in the middle of them. That's asking for no response. That's like having a conversation with someone and you deeply want to ask them a serious question and you just kind of slide it in and then continue off on another phrase. Like, chances are they're going to miss whatever the fuck you said in the middle, and you can't blame them for that. What? I do the same, Viana. It takes a lot for me to turn the volume on my phone. Like, that video better get me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it better look really enticing for me to turn the volume on. If there's no subtitles, I'm fucking out. That, and I've been tricked, I guess, I don't know another word for it, way too many times by a cute video of an animal with some nauseating fucking music over it. I'll click the video of the cute animal, and I'm like, oh my God, look, it's a... And I'm like, ah! It was a kitten drinking milk. Why did you do that? But it's like everyone in the world feels like they need to put the top TikTok song on top of any video they put out ever. No. I like the kitten sounds, actually. You could have just left those. I don't understand it. I hate it. And then it kills music. Dude, no shit rage. I do the exact same thing. I check Facebook every 3 to 4 months to see if someone died, because that's apparently the only way I'm going to get communicated that information and pass that. That, and to see if my mom's messaged me there, because she just genuinely has no idea where she's messaging at any given time. Like, I just messages across the world. Pathfinder Gaming Society regularly scheduled modules, but my local group requires a Facebook account. I haven't had one since 2016. Why would they require a man, you know, my fucking Burning Man group. My Burning Man camp. That's their main form of communication, is a Facebook group. And I get it. I might be like one of the youngest people there. No. They hate me. I don't respond. I'm not in it. And they get after me for it all the time. Like, I'll get a text. Hey, so you never responded to this, so I'm just hitting you up here. Yeah, I'm never fucking going to. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not going on Facebook. Burners, like, you know better. The fuck? Facebook. Or like, we just had a meeting with a new burner group because our burner camp isn't going this year. WhatsApp. They want a WhatsApp group. And I'm like, you can just do group text messages, right? That's a thing. It's been a thing for a bit. Why do I have to do another app that's going to steal information or what the fuck ever? Wait, this one? I did that on purpose. This one, the echo's too much, but we were trying to make Alistair. No shit, I was trying. That's what this is. I can't think of an Alistair quote. Hey there, little guy. I don't know. We tried. I don't know, it's a little echoey though.
But Satan's always good.
The group is only on Facebook. Yeah, why? Why is that where you chose to go? My dad somehow sends a text from his phone, but it ends up emailing me. Oh, I've gotten those. I don't know how the fuck it works, but it happened. Oh, Korath. Barely. But we're there. This monitor keeps going to sleep. What is wrong with you? Stop. It's the new PC monitor. Don't go to sleep. It's gone to sleep twice. Hold on. I need to... It's a rough day. It's a building PC day yet again. Hold on. How do you get to your energy settings in Windows 11? I'm not even going to type in the search bar because I know it won't come up with anything I need. Because it's a piece of shit. My youngest still uses Facebook some, and he's found out a family member died twice over Facebook now because people don't wait until everyone knows. That's exactly. I think that's shameful. I think that's disgusting. If I die and the first place it's announced is Facebook, I give you permission to find whoever does it and poke them in the eyes. Even if it's my mom. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Where is my water? Hydrate, motherfuckers. Start settings, system, power, and battery. Start settings, system, power, and battery. Thank you. System, power, and battery. It's just this one monitor keeps going to sleep, probably because I'm not using the mouse, but it's driving me nuts. Screen and sleep. Never! I will shut you down when I choose. Suck my ball. All right. I set it to never. Fuck that shit. Thank you. Windows 11, it's the stupidest things, but like this morning, when I was rapid fire trying to set shit up so we could actually hang out a little bit today, I was trying to fuck with my mixer stuff, and if you type in audio mixer into the Windows search bar, you will not get your audio mixer. You have to type sound mixer. Because apparently computers aren't that smart anymore. And I'm just going to keep bitching about it until Windows fucking fixes it. Because god damn it, it's really putting a bump in my life. Whenever I need a small group of people to stay in contact with, I usually make a private server on Discord and everyone just joins there. I'm not kidding you, Scott. Zach and I offered to build a Discord for our Burning Man group because both of us are like, absolutely not. like both of us are we are social media, like that's our job kind of ish. So we're already all over it all the time. Neither of us want anything to do with another form at all. And straight up, we were in a meeting with our whole Burning Man group last year, and we were like, we will build it for you. I will come to your house. I will fly to your house and teach you how to get on Discord. Nope. Facebook. Allie, what's the news? Is it good? Ooh, is it a pretty case? Hold on. Ooh, I really like those. I really like, there's, is it Sales? I think was shown it. Yeah, it's Sales PC. It's stainless steel like that, but the front panel is like wood slats. I love the mix of stainless steel and like wood or some natural something like that. It just looks so fucking slick and like not modern, but kind of. I don't. That's a good one.
Smile, my dear. You know you're never fully dressed without one. See the echo. It's the reverb. There's too much of it. Ooh. Smile. This one's better. Smile, my dear. You know you're never fully dressed without one. Ha I could do it. We'll get there. Someday. I gotta watch the series again.
Someday.
The issue I had with Windows 11 was it kept putting my ports to sleep. That it's doing that to me too. It's putting everything to sleep, and then that's how it got stuck asleep the other day. Like stuck. And when I Googled stuck asleep in hibernation mode, it was every single post that comes up is Windows 11. And yesterday, Co's Windows 11 computer blue screen and crashed in the middle of a charity, and he tweeted about it, and I tweeted at him. I was like, fuck Windows 11! Why? It's the same case with every Twitch does it too. They're like, hey, we need to update our platform. And all the people that use it are like, here are the things we would love. Here are the things we would love you never to touch again. And Twitch, Microsoft, etc. is like, sorry, we didn't hear you. Do you want your profile picture to be a circle? And it's like Windows did that now. They're like, here's a cool new update with all this shit nobody wanted or needed. And we fucked up all the things that you depend on to use. Why did you do that? I thought Windows was smart. What's happening? Oh my God, Allie. Are you Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. Are you nervous? Oh, I'm fucking excited for you. I'd be scared. I could never do it. Fractal cases are fucking sexy. I think that's what Kona or someone was saying earlier. Their partners shattered theirs. Like one of the nice, like, glass ones, which that is so sad. Did resetting the motherboard, battery, BIOS stop the new PC from staying on, though? So basically what I did, because there was no responsiveness whatsoever with the bitch, I went in the back and did the power supply power down, because no power button, nothing would respond. So I did a power supply power down, powered it back up, and the whole thing was acting like jittery mouse, and everything was really, really slow and delayed and everything. And so I just I went in to do what you said, and nothing changed. Like, I don't think anything's wrong with the battery. Like, it was still just being weird. And so instead of fighting it, because it's a brand new PC, brand new build, it's literally less than a week old, I just did a reset. I did a full I re-downloaded Windows and did a new install, and it's been fine ever since. Like, all the weird little things that were happening the other day haven't happened. So part of me thinks it was just a junk installer. I don't know. I don't know. Something wrong with the previous installer. Something. I don't know. I'm just glad I get to hang out. Like, I'm tired of being cock-blocked by my fucking computer. Microsoft's like, hold my beer, watch this. Seriously, and why? Why? Like, no, I just don't understand. It's like, there are really smart people out there using Windows, throwing out ideas for things we would need. I mean, half of you are IT people, for fuck's sake, who know what Windows needs to do. And Windows is like, nah, we're just going to throw some things at you and see if you'll deal with them. Like, did they need to waste energy on moving the start button on the toolbar? Did it need to be in the middle of our toolbar? Why? I feel like they're Macifying PCs. Like, it feels dirty, but it feels like they're trying to Mac my PC out, and I don't like it. Oh, same, Najeel, honestly. Make sure the power mode is set to high in control panel system security. Power mode set to high? Hold on. Because I saw that and it was set to like a number. Get the fuck out of here. I hate Windows 11. I'm having to retrain my brain what to search new terms, but I can still search the original ones on this PC, and it's so annoying. System. Hold on. Power mode is set to balanced, and I'm not kidding you. The only other settings are best power efficiency or best performance. Performance, okay. Thank you. I wasn't sure. I don't touch that shit because I didn't know what that one was. I know all the other stuff, like, sleep and stuff like that, but. Oh, the other two are for laptops. Oh, interesting. Why do they set a PC to that then? Rod, it's because I know when you can't defend yourself, it's the best time. What up, Taco? How are you, love? First thing I did was move it back where it belongs. It just is such a pointless thing. It's not making anything like... It's not streamlining the use of the PC for me. It's honestly putting a roadblock in my way because now I have to click somewhere new and remember where to click somewhere new all the time. I don't know. Is anyone just hanging out with a PC to like, ooh, it's really fun with a start bar in the new spot? Like, that's what gets you off? I don't know. I just want it to work. Like, the PC is a tool to do other things that I need it to do. The PC itself is foobar, and I think Microsoft is trying to make itself special or something. Like, they're like, look, no, you like us. We're not just a tool. And I'm like, no, you're a fucking tool, dude. Sit down. Stop trying to be sparkly. Oh, this is such a good performance by Miley. The other two limit the power it can draw and will sacrifice performance for power saving. I don't want that. Thank you. Seriously. I had to click to show more, but best performance sounds right. They're apparently messing with that setting dialog now. I've heard from multiple people that Windows is cognizant of how upset we are with what they've done with Windows 11, and they're trying to go back on a lot of it. We'll see. Believe it when I fucking see it. I think the developers are just tired of the start menu. I mean, Shex, does anyone here use the start menu? Like, seriously, no shade. Does anyone click the start button and actually scroll through programs? Or do you just type it into that little bar and get it the way you need it? Because I've just typed I have never in my life used that fucking start menu. Ever. Okay, shut down. Get out. Get the fuck. Get out. Just kidding. But for real, yeah, that's about it. Shut down, restart. There's no reason. And I feel like every time there's a Windows update, they're like, look, we made the edges of the start menu soft. And I'm like, that's nice. I'm glad you wasted my life hours for that. Or we added colorful themes to your PC. Okay. Use the start menu all the time. Is there, like... you do it for a job, though. I don't know. I just never have to, because if it's a program I'm constantly going to, I'm going to put it on my desktop. I'm going to add a, icon on my desktop somewhere so it's just easy. And if it's like control panel, power settings, anything that you're getting into in the PC, I just use the search bar. I've never scrolled that fucking start thing in my life. Ever. Unless I'm maybe on someone else's PC or something. You're on the assumption it has to look and feel different so the new window feels new and not a reiteration of the last one, which is odd. I think you're right. It's like, if they push updates and people don't physically see something changing, they're like, well, I'm just never going to update. And it's like, you don't understand. It's the backgrounds. It's so many things you don't see. I hit the Windows key on the keyboard and type the name of the program I want to launch. That's what I do too. Yeah, I've done it for years just because I have so many programs on my computer. Scrolling that start menu is asinine. Like, it would just be wasted life outers. What is total command outers is what I said? Hours? What's total commander? If I need something but don't know what it is called, I might scroll. Okay, I might do that, but that's so rare. That's, like, really rare that I have to do that. Yeah, I pin them. Me too. I pin programs. Like, all my streaming programs are just pinned to the taskbar. And then if it's, like, games and shit like that, I put it on the desktop. I don't know. I use Start Menu, but I have a program called Start 10, which makes it look like Windows 7 Start Menu, not full with ads. Oh my god, that's so nice. All it is ads, right? Isn't that weird? When I was doing the fresh install last night, I noticed there's actually a window that's like, click the subjects you like so that we can feed you ads that you like, and you have to do it. Like, if you don't do it, they're just going to feed you ads no matter what. Like, it's such a normal thing now. I mean, it reminds me, what is that? Was it Ready Player One or something like that, where ads will just start, like, pop-ups will pop up in your virtual experience? Like, I feel like pop-ups are going to start punching us in the face. Yeah, we made the start menu super pretty, but we totally closed all the back doors to get into the inside of your PC so you could fix everything we fucked up. Aren't we cute and modern? Windows. What? The fuck? Mind-numbing. Hello, Genova, my love. This got me thinking about why my Windows 11 desktop PC has a battery indicator. But when I went to look into it, I learned Reddit's down. Oh, fuck. I don't even use it for shutdown and restart. Windows key X, up arrow 2 times, right arrow, down arrow 3 times, having to shut down 20 plus laptops at closing makes you quick. Okay, yeah. I can't even fathom what you do in a system like that. I also mess with the start menu a bit, so it's mostly show stuff I use occasionally. See, you probably like customize it and shit, right? Yeah, mine's, I mean, if I open it right now, it's literally so many ads. It's wild how many ads they have pop up now on your PC just all the time. Windows 11 is supposed to have even more ads than 10. There is. I mean, look, do I have that? I don't have the scene set up. I haven't set up the scene yet, but I'll do that tonight. I just got this going. This one. I just wanted to be able to hang out. But once I set the scene up, I'll show you guys. Like, it's so many. It's crazy. It looks like a magazine or something. It's Black Mirror. That's what it is. It was Black Mirror. Thank you. Yeah, we're living a Black Mirror episode. I had Windows 10 start panel set just how I wanted it. Now you can pin far fewer apps to the Windows 11 start panel. I very rarely scroll the start menu. All my games have a shortcut folder in the desktop. Yeah, I do the same. You can pin, I'll have to fuck with that. I didn't know you could pin stuff to the start menu. Not that I would use it, but that's kind of nice. I mean, that might actually make it utilizable. A utility. Utilizable. Oh my god, it is. Thank you. Thank you, Kills. There we go. Thank you. I didn't notice. Hold on. I do use the start menu to get to the Xbox app because it's right there. I just put it on my desktop. But honestly, if it's right there, I get it. Like, you get into muscle memory, right? I feel like that's what's causing these speed bumps for me is I have such muscle memory with Windows 10 and every Windows that's ever existed before Windows 11. Ever, that when I need something, I just go to that search bar, type it. I know exactly what to type to get it, and they've changed the results. You do not get the same results via what you type into that bar now. So I have to remember 2 different things to type because I have Windows 10 here and Windows 11 here. It's fine. It's literally first world problems at the end of the day, but fuck, dude, it's annoying. Why? Why do you do that? Why do you do that, Windows? What's happening? Who dropped you? Yeah, Fox, it's like in your start menu. But apparently you can customize your start menu to not have that. Oh yeah. It's pretty, I mean, I go through and I turn off everything the PC ever wants to do. That's one of the first things I do when I set up a new PC for myself or anyone. I turn off system notifications, system sounds, system pop-ups, every fucking thing. If my PC ever tries to talk to me without my permission, I will find a way to shut it the fuck up. I will duct tape its mouth until it can't breathe. Absolutely not. I do not like things going off without me knowing it's going to go off. It scares the shit out of me. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. But I mean, before I got to that setting to turn all that stuff off, literally pop-ups of ads were coming out of my start bar. Just randomly, a pop-up of an ad would come out of my start bar. It was very strange. Yes, glad. Actually, I didn't until yesterday. Yesterday morning when I was sitting at my PC near tears, and Zach came out and realized my PC wasn't working, and he got real mad with me. That was the first thing he said. He was like, "Oh my god, go in and like it's in Driver Genius. Think fuck, but it's also in CCleaner. You can you can set what actually starts up on startup, and that was a big problem. Everything." Like, I don't know what the fuck. Again, Windows 11 dropped as a child. I don't fucking know. I was dropped and I'm better than this. Like, why is the automatic setting for Windows to start up every fucking program known to man when you start the computer? Why? I don't understand that. Like, everything. It wanted to start everything at the same time, and I just don't understand it. No one wants that. Why do you want that? Who wants less control? Why? Oh, no shit. Open start menu, right click. So this is what Trouble says to get rid of that shit. Open your start menu, right click for settings. Turn off show recommendations. Interesting. I could get even more recommendations if I wanted them. No, I don't want recommendations. Get out. That's great. What a shitty thing they've done. Oh, Mishy, I had the same problem in college. I had a Mac, and everything in the computer labs was all PC. It's how I had to learn how to use PC. Speak when spoken to, 100%. That is me with my PCs. Speak when spoken to, otherwise, shut the fuck up. No one's excited about a little ding-a-ling. Ever. Ever. Ooh, excited now. I think the night before I'll be awake all night, of course. I have everything but a tent thing because it's outside. In the meantime, I'm gonna make bracelets. I mean, if the weather's nice, do you need a tent? I still go through the config screen for a lot of shit. Am I the only one that does that? Windows, fuck you, have this. Literally, Slurm. The story of my life. Arkale, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings. I fucking appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing null months. I literally just like upload. I mean, I'm using like a very random layout thing that is just from Streamlabs because I did not have time after resetting the PC again to set up any alerts at all. I just wanted something I could hear. But yeah, I don't know why we're getting null months. That's been since the beginning of stream. I can see the real months in chat. Like, I can see Arkale is almost sub for a fucking year, which is insane. I can see them in chat. Click, just fuck me up. That's literally what it looks like. That's the alert. I apologize. I just didn't want it to be the heaven sound. That was so annoying. That was so weird. Dude, Mac and this, I was talking about this the day before yesterday, Slurm. I truly think that Apple does have the market on portable electronics. Other than phones are pretty generic across the board. I think they're all pretty much the same thing. But like laptops and iPads, I have an iPad. They're the best. Every micro like PC laptop I've ever had, its battery life is 5 minutes, and it gets so hot it burns through my legs. Like, I've actually had a physical burn on my leg from a PC laptop, like a Microsoft laptop. I truly think Mac's got it. I don't know what they've done. I just wish they didn't. I wish they didn't have the market because they have the market on it, they can be pretentious and jack their prices to ridiculous levels that none of us can even conceptualize of. Like, I built an entire tower for less money than a Mac laptop. But, like, that laptop's gonna be a great laptop. They really do have good portable shit. It sucks. Oh, yeah. No shit, Genova. So, the computer yesterday, literally, it went to sleep overnight and then wouldn't wake up. Power button wouldn't respond. Had to do a power supply shutdown. And the whole computer was just, like, mouse jittery. Everything was delayed, like, by seconds. And because it's brand new, I was just like, fuck this. I'm going to do a fresh install. So I did a fresh fucking Windows install. She's bare bones again. We are rougher than we've been. This is all I've got. This is it. This is where we live right now. I just really, like, I cannot stand this on and off again shit. Like, I just want to hang out consistently. Like, I'm so tired of waking up and just having my dreams crushed when nothing, like, I went to sleep. It's like going to sleep and waking up with an injury. You go to sleep and your computer said, fuck yourself. Why? Why? What have I done to deserve this? The fuck? Gator Pop? Oh my god, that's precious. I've never had a nickname in my life. Gator Pop's adorable, though. Heaven Sound was fucking hilarious. Yes. Honestly, I don't even know where it came from. I wouldn't even know where to get it if it came back. I have no clue. That was a mystery. Do Android tablets? Well, I mean, I don't know if I've never used an Android tablet, but when I was searching for a portable thing to draw on, like an iPad or something, universally people say iPad's the best. Like artists in general, they're like, no one has beat the iPad with Procreate and the fucking Apple Pencil. No one's beat it. There's Wacom and Cintiq, obviously. I'm talking portable, though. Portable meaning getting away from a PC, has a screen of its own, etc. I mean, the iPad's great. I mean, it's phenomenal. And that's trouble. Fuck you not. If Macs had the gaming capabilities of PCs, you would not see me on PCs anymore. I had Macs all through college, never had a problem. Ever. I never had a problem with my fucking computer. It was but it's because they can't do anything. Like, I could play fucking Sims on it or something if I wanted to, and that was it. If they could just game, dude, fuck, man. Because at least correct me if I'm wrong, I know there's a lot of Apple people out there. I feel like, even though I haven't used a Mac since college, I could go into an Apple store and get on a Mac, and I would know exactly how to use it still. Like, they don't fuck with the basics, the core system as much. They fuck with the aesthetic. But I feel like I could jump on a Mac still, whereas I am seriously having the hardest time just going from Windows 10 to 11. Like, the hardest, just, type in audio and nothing comes up. You have to type sound to get any setting for your audio settings to come up in that search bar now. Why isn't the computer smart enough to know that audio and sound are the same thing and I'm probably looking for the same thing? Because Windows 10 does. Windows 10, I can type audio or sound and I'll get the same thing. What the fuck did you do? Hi, Bubba. Hello. You want to come say hi? Hello, sweetness. How are you today? Oh, it's a big stretch. You're awful cute. He's come to say hello. You played Ark on your Mac, and it worked pretty well, right? It was heaven sent. Jesus fucking Christ. You're not wrong. My sweet boy. I'd seriously consider StreamOS for Linux, since I only my computer for gaming and watching Twitch. I mean, why not? I've heard great. Linux, however you say it, is it works fucking great. I had a friend with a Mac. He had one game, Quake 3. He played it so much that he could beat Nightmare Mode with only the one. It's because that's all he could play. That's kind of great, though. They love you. You can't read, but Rod says hi. You love him. You don't even know he's there. If you knew Rod was out there right now, you'd fucking flip out. I know. He would jump on my desk. He would be so fucking mad. My caffeine-soaked brains wants to solve the alert issues, but part of it are screaming how it's not the time. I mean, if you know how to solve the alert issue with Streamlabs, throw it at me. I literally, I don't have any scenes set up. We can't do anything. Like, we're just hanging out, smoking weed, and bitching about me and my PC issues. Like, I will open up Streamlabs right now if you have an idea. Don't even worry about it. We don't have a time for anything today. I'm just excited to be here. That's all I wanted. Really. He's playing Boshi? Fuck, dude. His week is rough. He always gives that look, that's him all the time. I'm like, what are you so skeptical of? What happened? You good boy. Oh, it's my boy. It's like everyone who plays fighting games, it's the only game they have, right? Exactly. Or like FIFA or something. Honestly, it's only in the setup. Like once I'm done setting my PC up and getting it fine to work every day, I probably it won't even be a thing. It's just, I've set up a lot of PCs in my day, been streaming for a bit, and you just kind of muscle memory. You get used to where to go to do things quickly, efficiently, and you know that that's what's going to do it. And they've changed the way everything looks to look bubbly and Macish, and they hit it in places. So it's like it's just a speed bump. That's it. It's not like I keep saying it's like first world problems. It's nothing life altering because obviously I got there. It's just, when you're trying to move fast because you're trying to get somewhere and they've put in some stupid fucking speed bumps. It's like speed bumps when the speed limit's 60. That's what Windows 11 feels like. Does that make sense? Dude, Allie, I'm not kidding you. No. I don't. I didn't even. I saw your tweet and I didn't even want to tell you. I don't know what's going. No. Unless it's at my post box. I haven't. My post box. Excuse me. My post office box. They're fucking remodeling or some bullshit again. But I honestly have no idea. Always Fallout 4 updating. What up, Jackie? How are you, love? Ooh, Najee, let me see if I can play that. Oh, you know my heart. Did you guys hear Zach say Nine Inch Nails is overrated? How can a band be overrated if half the world still doesn't know who they are? I had to go in and punch him in the face. A motherfucking shit. I know. He said it on stream and literally was like, I shouldn't say that out loud. Katie can hear me. And I came in immediately. I was like, are you fucking with me right now? Do you want me to go after Maynard? Do you want me to go after Tool? Are we just attacking what we love now? Fuck. What's happening? I personally do not think Nine Inch Nails is overrated at all. I think Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are musical genius. They are incredible. They're like the fact that they do soundtracks for games and movies as well as still producing music consistently that sounds amazing. Oh, Jackie, dude, you're like the fourth person this week to tell me they've had to say goodbye to a furred friend. It's not a good week. Can we cheers to the baby going over the rainbow bridge and being with Millie forever? I know there's zero comfort. Like, there's literally absolutely zero comfort in any way, shape, or form when you lose your furry babies. But Jesus Christ. Millie's up there. The Noobs is up there. We've got quite the herd of lovers over the rainbow bridge waiting for hugs. And it's just, I mean, no shit. It's like, you never know. And I know, there's nothing to say. Grief is fucking horrible. Grief, what did you guys tell me? Grief is the loss of where you used to put all your love. So, like, you have all this love to give, and there's no vessel for it anymore. And so your body freaks out, and you grieve, and there's nothing. Time makes you get used to it, and it... Oh, dude, Jackie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've been through it, with people a lot. With animals a few times. It's one of those things like, my girl Millie, my pug, my life partner, she's been gone almost 3 years now. And if I look at a picture of her for more than 15 seconds, I will just instantaneously start to cry because I can remember the way her head smelled. I can remember the feeling of her ears. They were velvety. Like, she had the softest ears in the world. Like, it's these, animals, people, companions in your life, they stain your heart it's such a conflicting thing, right? Because it's like, you could just choose never to have a cat again or an animal or anybody in your life, and then you never have to suffer loss. But, like, why would we do that? Because it's so worth the times you have with them. It's so fucked. I think you just get used to the feeling of the grief. I don't think it ever goes away. I think you just start to function with it. It sucks. Cheers. I love you. I hope you find comfort. Because the shits suck. Oh, dude. No such thing as bringing down the mood. We are your friends and your fucking support group, and like if you can't tell people around you when you're going through something horrible, like having to say goodbye to a furry life partner, those aren't your people. In my opinion. In my humble opinion. My camera is weird. It's off center. Hold on. I keep leaning off, I feel like. Stop. It's gonna be rough. It's fine. Dude, right? I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that. Like, I've had people in my life where, you know, you compartmentalize around them because maybe you're like, I've told you guys that, like, my, not last relationship, but the relationship before that, my, dude I dated like 8 years all through college, and the engineer. His dad passed away when he was in high school, and his dad passed away on a ventilator. And then he started dating a respiratory therapist. I'll let you choose who made the bad decisions here. But our relationship eventually ended because I couldn't even mention my work, let alone vent about a bad night I had or something to him without him breaking down in tears and telling me I was hurting him. You know? And it's like, for a while, I started to just compartmentalize my own shit. Like, sure, I had to say goodbye to 3 newborns last night, but I don't want to hurt you, so I'm just going to keep it inside and, you know, cry myself to sleep and try to forget it or whatever. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I might not do this forever, but this is going to be part of who I am forever, all of these things I've experienced. And if I literally have to compartmentalize that away from someone who's allegedly my life partner, that's not the way it is. Like, that's not my people. You know, it's so corny to say, but like, in my experience, the best people in my life are the ones that want to hang out, whether or not I'm being entertaining or whether or not I'm at my top, you know, like, oh, she's so exciting, she's the life of the party. They don't care if I'm having an off day. Like, they still want to be there. You know? It makes you feel less used. Like, I'm sure a lot of you have felt that way. Like, maybe people invite you because of something, not because they want your company or whatever. Ooh! The alert sound isn't in them. Interesting. I know where that is. Hold on. So if the alert sound is not in the VOD, hold on. I need to test an alert. Because if the alert, I'm wondering what source it's coming through. If it's coming through desktop audio, that means it's coming through the one that's black magicked away, which means I need to source it through a different audio source. Source it through a different audio source. You know what I mean. Route it. I'm just here because you're short.
Only to you.
You're it, bro. Fuck. I'm sure there's like 3 people. Actually, that one chick. Who was I talking about the other day? Oh God, she plays like young Diana in the Crown. Not young, well, Diana when she dies. But she's 6'3". I'm short to her. Cheers. Yes, but it's no shit. I'll never. BDO is significantly taller, believe it or not. There's a few people in our chat actually that are significantly taller than me, like up 6 foot. Like I want to say there's someone in our chat who's around 6'9", 10. Oh yeah, them Scandies. Like, I always thought it was just a misconception or something that people in Northern Europe are actually tall. No, they really are. Like, the average woman height, I think, in Sweden or Norway is actually 6 foot, or like 5'11". It's insane. Like, I would be average there. Average. Wild. Fucking wild. Yep. The gold chick from Guardians 2. I can she has a weird last name, so I keep forgetting it. It's like Debicki. Debiki. Debicki. Debicki? L, my love. Thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, giving it 8 swings. I fucking appreciate you. Don't forget your Prime sub. I'm shorter than you, Rod, but would you consider me short? Like, there's people, like my sister, I feel like my little sister is what I am to you. She's like 5'9", 5'10", but I would never call her short, because she's so close. I can still, like, look her in the eye. And I'm not saying it's because you actually know my height, but, like, it's a weird, like, conceptual, like, for me, if you are out of my line of sight, you're short. If you're under my line of sight, like, you don't even come, that's short to me. I don't know, but that might not be, I mean, it is, because I'm actually tall. 6'2", are Spaniards tall? I'm of Scandinavian and German heritage, so it fits. I have, Swedish and Finnish heritage on my dad's side somewhere. I know, I have an aunt who still lives in, she lives in Norway, but she's Finnish. But she lives in Norway, and she's tall. She's actually taller than me. She's 6'1". It's the only family member I have that's taller than me, which is weird. They're not? Interesting. Cryzen 411. Man, I mean, we were talking about this. I think it was right before the computer died. I don't remember. Time is so fucky for me right now because it's been such a weird, just chaotic thing with this computer. But we were talking about this recently. Like, this is just my personal, like, experience, whatever, like, conjecture on it. Hold on, my bong's smoking itself. I've never, like, started a fight or, I mean, I've been, drunk little fuckers will try to start shit. But, like, in general, I don't really have a problem with people. People tend to just get out of my way because I'm tall. Therefore, I've never really had to be tough. And I'm kind of soft as fuck. Whereas, like, all my short bitches are Rottweilers. They, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if there was a bad situation outside of a bar, let's say, and Vissy was there, I wouldn't be afraid because she could murder them somehow. Like, she scares me a little, but it's because she's so she's had to be tough. She had to, like, she didn't grow to adult size, and so everyone kept treating her like a child, I'm assuming, and therefore you have to, like, prove I'm not a fucking child. You know? But that's just personal experience. I don't have a scene for links, but Genova taught me the other day that I can just set one up live and it doesn't fuck up stream, so 1 second. We can try one. No, I didn't. I just didn't. I went live as fast as I could, but I think it was Genova, right? Genova was saying Avery does it or something, and it doesn't. It used to fuck up. Like, if you went to a blank screen, like, here, I'll set one up. Making Scott take a giant piece of this home. But this is the just a piece of what we made the other day. It's so... I mean, it's like half-pound pieces of cake. It's insane. I weighed it and took a picture. It was actually, like, about 3 kegs. I know. We did it. It took so long. It's a s'mores cake. So it's like this really dense, thick chocolate cake. And then you do like a graham cracker butter layer, and then all the frosting that's on it is marshmallow buttercream that we made with marshmallow fluff. It smells so good still. I'm like, my mouth is watering the chocolate. And then I had to make 2 different kinds of ganache, which I learned all about via chat because there's a lot of people in here who can cook better than me. So there was one that, like, you drip, and then there's one actually as, like, so if you can see the layers, you see how there's, like, that dark chocolate layer right there, but it ends. So they basically had you make a well in the middle of each layer of cake and dump it full of a harder, like, a fudgy ganache. So there's fudgy ganache, and it's just ridiculous. Like, I know. I'm not kidding you. I haven't eaten a piece. Just cooking it for 6 hours, like, I was so over it. I ate some and was like, it's delicious. I'm never touching it again. I'll probably have a piece today. It smells good again. I was so sick of it. But then if I had a torch, we could have made some cool like rosettes and shit with the marshmallow, but I didn't. But I found out that if you use your broiler, you can make toasted marshmallows so fucking easily. So we just toasted up a bunch of marshmallows for decoration. But yeah, it ended up hella fancy, and it quite literally is what was it, 6.2 pounds or like about 3 kilograms of cake. It smells fucking so sweet. No shit, trouble, same. Yeah. It actually didn't have, the only thing that has sugar in it, I think that I added, is the cake. But I mean, the frosting and everything, that's just sugar. It's crazy. It's powdered sugar. No, it's all sugar. You're right. It's so rich, but like, I really dig it. I actually really genuinely like it, which is rare for me to like something I made. I don't like cake normally, but all these layers of different, like the fudgy layer and then the graham cracker and everything, it's almost like ice cream cake. How you have that like caramel layer and then crunchy cookie layer. I always liked ice cream cake over cake anytime because of the layers. Like the texture is the best. This accomplished it. Pretty fucking cool, huh? But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up and give it to Scott because I can't. I have to send it away. Are they gonna play Boshi together? I'm gonna go show it to him and make sure he remembers to take it. And I have to pee. Dude, I totally could. You could do, I mean, you could probably make French toast with this. It's so dense and like hearty. You could probably slice it and make French toast. I don't know. You could get weird with it. BRB. I gotta pee really bad. I brought it in and I was like, I just want to put it in your mind so you don't forget it. And he just like, oh, thank you. He didn't even want a fork, so that's where we're at, I guess. And he didn't even pretend to puke. Ooh, which song? Oh God, Kuro, hold on. Honestly, it just went through a lot of res. The last one was Black Ice. This one's Gyrate. Seriously, it did so many. If you liked any of the last 3 songs, all was res. Dude, Mishy, right? Oh my God, should I cut him? If he's still here on my next break, I'm gonna cut him on the other slice. I'd send him home with the whole thing, but I know his daughter and I believe his wife are both actually allergic to dairy. Like hives and shit. Yes, absolutely, Kuro. They actually, one of their newest ones, I don't know if it played. Is it Can You See Me? Dude, one of their most recent ones is so fucking deliciously crunchy. We've all been obsessed with it. Every time it comes on, at least a few people in chat will remind me it's playing because it's so crunchy. Hold on. It's a female-led band, and she's fucking phenomenal, actually. The only reason I know about them is because of Rod. Rod's seen them live a few times and says they put on an amazing show. Oh, Rod, if you're listening, are you going to their show this year? Someone in chat mentioned they're going to be, I don't know if it was Red Rocks. They're going to be somewhere. I haven't even looked at them. I figured you would know. I figured. Simply because, it's them. What is the crunchy song? Is it you? Yes. Oh, dude, hold on. We set up the scene. The video is sick. All their videos are pretty cool, but just because. Mnemonics, right? This is how I remember how to spell desert versus dessert. Dessert has 2 S's because you want more. I still do that in my head anytime I have to spell those words. Anytime. And I think someone taught it to me when I was like 4. I know. You're welcome. I'm full of it. I have the worst memory in the world, so I have to create these dumb little mnemonics to remember things. Yeah, you may want a second dessert. Big same. Yeah. 2 S's because you want more. Boom. You're welcome. I'm full of this. This is the only way I function as a human. Mnemonics. Some tartness in a pie is great. Like, oh, strawberry. No shit. My favorite fucking pie that's ever existed, and it's so hard to make, it's a blackberry pie my nana used to make, but it's made with wild blackberries. So if you're anywhere near the Pacific Northwest or Northwest Canada, you fucking know blackberries, right? They create walls of death everywhere. Not those ones. But there is this strain of blackberry in the Pacific Northwest and like in Oregon and whatnot that the berries are super small and the plant is really small. It vines like around the base of a tree and it's really delicate looking and you almost don't even know what you're looking at. But my Nana had one in her yard and once in a while it would develop enough berries to make a pie and they're tart. Because it's like all the flavor of a big blackberry knocked down into like this much, like a big punch, you know? It's got that, it was tart. I remember that so specifically and it was such a treat. I think she only made it like 5 times in my whole life because it was so hard to get enough berries to make a whole one, but oh my God, it was so good. Unlocked memory. Unlocked memory. Dude, I mean, I say it all the time, but like, I don't know when it became cool to be stupid. I know a lot of you think the same. Like, if I can, like, there, and there. The English language is full of stupid shit like there, and there. I still have to think mnemonics like that. Like, THEIR, it has an I in it. I, possessive, therefore it's theirs. Or like if I'm trying to figure out if it's THEY apostrophe RE, I literally have to say the sentence like, does they are even fit there? No, it doesn't, then it's not that one. Like I went to college. Like a lot. Shit just doesn't stick. I don't know what it is. We have to realize this is the short thing, it's just too good. That's really fucking good. They're the native strain. I think they are too. My Nana had the plant in the yard. Like one. And we would like stare at it and cherish it and just wait for these berries. Cause I mean, and the pie, I mean, the filling would be like this deep. You know, it wasn't very deep because the berries were so small, but fuck. Strawberry and rhubarb, strawberry rhubarb. Any like I used to, my grandpa had a bunch of rhubarb plants and I would yank a stem out of the ground and just gnaw on it, which I think the leaves are like poisonous if you eat them raw. I never did. But I love sour stuff. And when they were snowbirds, so they had a house in Arizona my grandpa built. I've told you guys about it. But they had a lemon tree, and it was a natural lemon tree or something. I don't know, because the lemons got like this big, no exaggeration, and they were like lumpy and disformed, but they were like, I think because they got so big, they got kind of sweet. They were still sour, but they got this sweetness to them because there's just so much water. And we just peel them and eat them like a fucking orange. Oh man, the days, the days. Oh, look at me. That's what I was saying. I was talking about that earlier. I'm like, man, like, I feel like there's negatives to being we were talking about the extremes, you know, like there's some of us who are just stupid tall and some of us who are like 5'4", 4'11", etc. And I feel like there's shitty aspects to both of it, but like as a tall, like a significantly tall person, above average, whatever, I feel like I never have to be tough. Therefore, I'm not tough. Like, I'm soft. I'm a baby, but I've never had to be tough because people just like part like the Red Sea when I walk in a room because I'm just big. Versus like all my short friends that I've ever had in my life, they're tough as shit. And I think it's because they've had to be. Like, people tend to judge people on their height subconsciously, and I think they will like walk all over these people, like walk all over you if you don't, you know, I'm here, motherfucker. Whereas I'm never gonna get walked all over unless it's BDO. I don't think you do it on purpose. But he's the only person that maybe I'm not in his line of sight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to my channel. I appreciate you. Man, dude, I don't know how we got on the topic. Zach and I were talking about this the other night. Just like food in general. We were talking about organic versus not. And I was like, it's such a weird, like, that it's become like a trend or like a, what would you say? Like, you know, every year they have a new superfood or whatever. It's like a hot trend or something, like a new religion almost, the way you eat. And I said to Zach, I'm like, it's so weird because like the superfood shit they just keep coming out with, our grandparents it was just food. Like superfoods are just what our grandparents just ate. It's just food. It's just we fucked it up and I think we're trying to go back, but we try to make it sound magical. It's a fad, yeah, because it's not magical. Just like eat fruits and vegetables. What is the noise? It came with this weird pack, the pack of alerts or whatever. I think it's supposed to be some electrical noise. I don't really like it. The noise can go. It's whatever. It's all temporary, but I think it makes like a buzz noise. I'm not into it. It's not my favorite sound ever. It's a little it's like verging on vibrator / electric socket going out. Well, and that's the other thing. Like I learned about that too. So not you. It's basically if your company is big enough to pay for that sticker, you can just slap it on. Versus there's a lot of food out there that's absolutely far more organic than anything we're getting at Safeway, but they're not a huge conglomerate, so they're not making billions and they can't afford that sticker. And I seriously mean like afford that sticker. Like you have to pay to put that sticker on shit. Right? It's all fucked up. Oh God. Hold on. Scott's gonna be all hyped up on sugar. Hold on. Stop moving. Hold up. I gotta turn autoplay off again. New PC problems. Okay. Correction. I said all people suck. But like I wish I would have said that one. Amazing. That's fucking amazing. No shit. We were at the like Denver has this giant flea market that goes every weekend, I think. It's like established. It's fucking huge. And we were walking with the kids and I made the off comment that all people suck, and apparently it like really stuck with her, and that night she went home and was laying in bed and very seriously was like, "Daddy, do all people actually suck?" And it was fucking fantastic. Cuz like they explained to her that they don't, and one day she's going to come to me and be like, "Oh my god, my parents are filthy liars." And I don't want to be the light at the end of that tunnel, cuz every kid wakes up and realizes their parents are dirty liars one day, like Scott and Bree are dirty hippies, so their kids are probably going to be like accountants and Wall Street execs and shit like that. Like we always flip-flop. No, that's amazing, but I remember it, and I said all people suck though. But no shit, do you want to know why I said that? I believe she wanted to shave her head. I think they were shaving their head for a cancer thing or something, like the whole family did. And some boys at school started calling her names like it's a bad thing, like calling her boy and throwing rocks at her head. Like children threw rocks at her bare head. And she was telling me the story about it. And I was like, you know what? People suck. That sucks. Like, wow. And she took that home like, oh my God, all people suck. And her dad was like, not all people suck. And then, she's like, I think 12 now. So like in 6 years, I'm going to get a text. Oh my God, you were right. People suck. Because, it goes for all of us, right? There's one day where something clicks and we're like, oh, this is reality, and that's the reality our parents tried to convince us of. You dirty fucking liars. But, like, it happens to everybody. Like, parents always want to... It's just, I think, natural to try to cushion the world for your children. It's scary to go out there and, Yeah. I mean, she knows. I think that's... I never had children throw rocks at my head. Are you kidding me? Like, I was bullied. That never happened. Fuck. Yeah. And your trust meter is just like, wow! Yeah. It happens to everybody, though. I think it's just inevitable. It's kind of, I think it coincides with that sudden realization that your parents are just people. That is hard. Like, I remember it so distinctly, like, your initial reaction is, like, anger and, like, oh, I can't believe it. Like, they lied to me or whatever, and it's just like you have to like, nah, dude. And then I think a lot of us become parents, not myself included, but then you become a parent, and then it really probably sets in like, holy shit, being a parent's really hard and sucks. I know. Well, you know what's funny is after all that, she actually sat her dad down and asked very seriously. I wasn't there for this, but this is how it was retold to me. Asked her dad very seriously if it was okay if I could be Aunt Katie. And Scott texted me and was like, "Is it cool if she calls you Aunt Katie?" I'm like, "That's fine." None of my nieces even know my name, so let's go. I know I had to put on a playlist because I got all the ad blockers you guys told me about though, so I'm hoping it doesn't do the stutter anymore. But I apologize for the suddenness of it. I know I was honored, like fucking precious beyond means that she even recognizes me or knows me as a human being. But it is true that when you have kids, I feel like when you're a parent, you're raising a kid, you're a lot more cognizant of how literal kids can get and how much they mimic. Versus I was second youngest and do not exist around children. You know, I know how to watch my mouth, but again, worked in a hospital around adults where, you say all people suck and everybody laughs because they know you're right. But like, you don't want kids going out into the world assuming everybody sucks. They got to learn it on their own. Blah, blah, blah. Life lessons or whatever. Not all of them. I think the trick to life is just finding the ones that don't. And it is really difficult. But I think that's it. Like I think we start to feel less shit-tastic when we start feel like instead of just putting up with all the suckage. I don't know how to word that, but you know what I mean? I'm an exception to the flip-flop. I kind of am too. I would say flip-flop in terms of how I live my life in general from my mom. But like, no shit, my dad was a respiratory therapist. My mom was a respiratory therapist. I became a respiratory therapist. My dad's mom was a respiratory therapist, an inhalation therapist at a nunnery. Like, I straight went into the family business of unplugging Nana for money. What the fuck? Someday they'll have history books written about this. I don't know. But like, when my mom came to my house, she said it looked eccentric and like one of those hippy dippy place, like a head shop. That's how she described my house. Versus my mom's house is very white, beige, pristine, clean. It looks like a showroom all the time. And that's just how she was raised. Versus my house is like so fucking clean you can lick the floorboards. But I've got like tapestries hanging up and all the pictures you guys have ever sent me and art from the community and shit like that and spiders and stuff. Like it's things that bring me joy, not things that look nice together or look nice on a wall. I didn't put them there because, oh, that wall's bare. It's just like, I have all these cool pictures I want to frame and put on the wall, so I put them on the wall because they make me smile. That kind of opposite, I think, a little bit. A little bit more for looks, and no shade on that. Like, to some people, having that kind of a home brings them joy. You do you. I think mine's big difference is I exist and, like, work from home, and it's my recreational area, and it's everything. I think maybe that's a big difference, but that's, yeah. It definitely went into a family business of weirdness. Like my dad, no shit, my bio dad was the 11th licensed respiratory therapist in the United States of America because respiratory therapy as a licensure didn't exist until like the late 60s, early 70s. And he established that program. He's dead. He drank himself to death, but he did it. Like, it's so hard in my core to be an RT. It's so weird. I can still keep my license, but I guess I don't do it anymore. This, if I consider this compared to what my parents do, this is very opposite. My dad does construction. My mom unplugs people. So, no spoilers for the kids. Oh my God, that's great. I love, you know what I find a good, like if you ever have to be around kids and you are like me and just not around kids often, and you don't want to speak like an asshole in front of them. What I find is a good way to play it is just ask them questions and let them talk. I just don't talk. How's school? How's life? Any kids hitting you with rocks? and don't make any comments. And then you've never said anything. It's great. My nose itches. Stop. Stronlin, I might have missed it. No, throw it. Unless we already watched it. Did we watch it? No, throw it up. Nope. I just literally set the scene up. Silver, right? I would never shade anyone for whatever they put on their walls. But, to my mom, like all the pictures on my walls, like it's not all matching frames. That would bother the fuck out of her. All the frames would need to match. Stuff like that. Whereas I'm just like, guys, look, I framed it. It's not held up with thumbtacks. Like I'm still at that point where I'm super excited I didn't thumbtack it to a wall. You know what I mean? Oh my god, Glut, I played it twice. We can play it again. I think I still have it up. Hold on. It's so good. It made my jaw drop. Hold on. The short. Where my shorts at? They all loved it. They felt very represented by the short anger. No. I figured. No, we watched. I might have played it 3 times. I don't even know. Oh, I did miss the bop. Hold on. It's so hard. I mean, like my biggest, barest wall in my house is unfortunately it autoplayed in silence. Stop it. Unfortunately, it's like that stupid wall I bitch about that's just in the middle of the house and connected to the kitchen. So the wall has no stud in it or anything. It's like a nothing wall. I still don't know why it's there. It bothers me. But the pictures will shake off the wall sometimes, and that sucks. Where is the sound coming from? Pause. This one. Hold on. It's just so quintessential of all the tinies. Flawless. It's fucking beautiful. Is this their actually account? Because I wanted to follow. Robin Borb. Like a borb? Like a burb? I've actually thought of doing that exact thing, Molly. Trouble. I think drug dealers. Honestly. I don't know. Like, no shit. Yesterday, when my computer decided to do its thing and I set it to reset, I can't just sit here and watch it reset. Like, I had to get up and do something. And so I was walking around just absentmindedly looking for a project, and I noticed that my door frame on my back door was kind of like popping off a little bit or something from the settling of the house. So I took a hammer and just started blasting fucking nails into it, and God, that felt good. This is an art account. Do you know who? Oh, this is the lady. Okay, I was gonna say. I need to know them then. Liz. Give it. Thank you. She sounds funny. She reminds me of the Ilgip. Oh my god, Glut, how does she say it? I should say they. I don't know how they identify. The Los Gibbities. Please forgive me, the Los Gibbities. You know who I'm talking about, right? They make jokes about their Spanish mother trying to understand English on her own, and the Spanish mother truly believes that LGBTQIA+ is a word. The Los Gibbities. Yes. Los Gibbities. You know who I'm talking about. Okay. It's so fucking. But that's what her voice. They sound funny like them. I don't want to say her. I really don't know how they identify. I don't want to be a dick. The video's not playing, but at least we have audio. It's probably because I have too many links up and I haven't set it up yet. I'll get there, don't worry. We're just rough. Oh, is these those young-ass kids? Hold on. I'm going to try to drop the quality of the video. I think these are literally children. We've watched these kids before, right? I mean children. They're young. Like, super young. But dummy talented for their age. Pause! Autoplay is going to kill me. I got to turn it off. Hold on. Lock audio and video forever! Block audio and video forever. Fuck you. The youngest are 12. It's astounding. I mean, I'm a little jealous. Like, not all parents have the funds or time to get into a hobby like this for their kid. I wish, though. Like, goddamn. If someone would have put an instrument in my hands when I was this young, like how far you can go with something like this. Okay, I dropped the quality. I think I was trying to do like 4K quality, and that's why I wasn't playing. Hold on. I don't have it set to any of that because you can't stream 4K. Why would I do that? Why would we do that? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. I have not, but I will watch because that sounds like something absolutely up my alley. Crime pays, but botany doesn't. I love that. Hold on. Crime. I love plant people. They care about their plants almost more than I care about my animals. Yeah, so it's just honeybees, right? Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Mosquitoes are America's natural. I'm glad I'm not the only one that read this. I read this ages ago. I can't remember where I learned it. But it's very interesting that mosquitoes, like there's a lot of different species of mosquitoes. Only, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like one, maybe two different of the hundreds of species of mosquitoes bite people, and it's only pregnant females that bite people. The blood incubates their eggs. Like, that's it. The rest of them drink pollen and pollinate. But honeybees, classically, I think came over on boats and shit. Yeah. Fascinating. I'm following. Done. Desert mushrooms and cactus scrub. Oh my god. I'm already in love. Just the title alone. Yeah, we have different bees, but just not like the classic honeybee. Let's learn about bees. I don't want to speak on them because I don't know everything about bees. I don't know shit about bees. I like them. Mycology is fantastic. Shrooms, though. Fungus. It is among us. I've actually been learning a lot about it because I have 2 aspens in my yard that I've been learning how to take care of because they're growing at vastly different rates and I couldn't figure out why, blah, blah, blah. And I learned that they grow like a mushroom. Like, they have an underground mycelium whatever. Not a mycelium thing, but like an underground, They can pollinate all they want. Can they also just not eat us? Just makes my eyes water. I just cry all the time. Where's my music coming from? I must pause you. I love Frank because he's funny. The way he talks is fucking hilarious, and he's actually informative. Like, it's all of his videos are called True Facts About because they really are, and I love that. Bees he didn't even touch on. That is so sick. That was... My mind's actually blown. They're smarter than anybody I've ever known. What? The waggling, the like, this is how far away it was and how good it was shit. What? Bees are sugar drunk, vomiting everywhere. I mean, that's what, and like, he barely grazed over this, but I guess this is just something I very, very didn't know, is that bees knew the difference between the pollen and the nectar they're drinking. I thought they were going out to get the nectar and the pollen rubbed off on their body as a consequence of, and then bees flying from flower to flower, like that's how flowers get pollinated. But they straight up they know what's up. Right? Dude, oh my god, I wonder what the stoner bee version is of I know a place. I know a place, y'all. The world of bee vomit. No shit. It'd be the slowest, like, hey, yo. I know a place. I'd go. I followed Greg. It was not a place. I know, I was picturing that ice cream. It's got to be with the dead stare. That's how I'm going to point from now on. Just a weird dead stare twerk in a certain direction. And it'll be, what was it? Like the faster the twerk means it was farther away, right? Because they had to twerk a bunch of times versus like that slow ass, like it was a shoe a foot away. They lead them to the Mad Honey Cliffs. Oh, dude. I watched a couple videos of people climbing. Like, it doesn't seem to make sense to me because the vast majority of time the bee does, or the honey isn't hallucinogenic. Like, it's very rare that it actually has hallucinogenic properties. And these guys risk their lives to sell it under like false marketing because dumb white people will buy it, but they die getting this honey like all the fucking time. And the fact that it's not even like they said it's like 3% of the honey that comes out might give you some weird effect or feeling. It's just like they're dying for nothing, man. Oh my god, it's like a metal detector dance. Boop, 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 boop. The longer they twerk at once is about how far away it is. The more times they twerk in a row is how good it is. That's incredible. And counting and colors, like the boxes. I don't even know. I'm going to have to watch that a few times. I'm blown away. Bees are so much smarter than I ever. I love honey. What the fuck? Dude, Kona, I bought another jar of it. It's so stupid expensive compared to any other honey I've had, but I've never been more excited to have a cup of tea with honey in it. It actually soothes my throat. It tastes not like sugar. It tastes like honey. Like the way I would dream honey would taste, you know, if you're like watching it in a Ghibli movie. If people were eating honey in a Ghibli movie, that's the way that shit tastes. Bees are great. I mean, I'm a very pro bee person. Don't kill bees. Don't be a douche. But I had no idea how smart they are. And like someone was saying earlier, I've seen them do that thing where they get confused with stripes, and it was in a hotel where or a motel or whatever, where the curtains had a stripe pattern and the reflection on the window was stripes as well, and the bee just died. I couldn't get it to go outside. Like, I tried so hard, and it wouldn't. It was really sad, and now I know why. It was going crazy. I know. Well, I think people that try to hurt bees at this point are irrational fear people. Because at one point it became cute and funny and quirky to just be afraid of things that are not, I mean, what? Like, I've seen grown-ass adults crawl up a wall because there's a jumping spider in the house. I'm like, who enabled this? A jumping spider? Oh my god, though. Side note, total tangent. Yesterday I was just working in the yard, and I've been putting out this, like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like that weed mat, like that black sheeting stuff that you put out to cover weeds that you don't want to grow, and then you put topsoil on it, blah, blah. So I was spreading some of that out. And we have a jumping spider here. What is it? It's like the Apache jumping spider or something. It's the biggest jumping spider I've ever seen in my entire life. Like this big. Like their butt is the size of like a dime. Just the butt. They're so big. Totally harmless. Want nothing to do with me, but they're so big and impressive. It's really cool. And I saw one come out from under the sheeting I was laying out yesterday, and it like did the like, look up at me thing, and I audibly by myself was like, hello, just kind of shocked by this giant jumping spider, and I kept moving along, and I turned back to look at it, and I heard. That's how big it was. Crazy. Totally harmless. I'd much rather jumping spiders than anything else in my yard, to be honest. But like, I've never even heard one of my spiders do that. That was a loud spider. Like, you can tell the weight when they... Honestly, from what I've heard, a bee will only sting you if they're in fear of their life. because a bee, like honeybees and stuff, they know they're gonna die. So you have to bar squish one. Like I've been stung by a honeybee, but it's because it crawled in my belly button. I felt something in my belly button and did this, and it freaked out and stung me. It was terrible. It was a terrible time. It loved sunscreen or something. I have no idea. It was horrible. Don't get stung on your belly button. But like hornets and wasps, they're just douchebags, and they don't die when they sting. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? I think they bite and sting, and they don't die. Like they can just go to town. Like they're just assholes. Bumblebees are hilarious. I read somewhere ages ago that bumblebees have like the most power in terms of like speed and flight in the insect world, but they have no directional control. So that's why they're called bumblebees, because they bumble. They're like vroom, boom, vroom, boom. I think that's just the cutest shit. I love them. They're like the pandas of bees. Oh no, they really are though. Yeah, they defy, maybe that's it. They defy reality. That's it. Their wings do not make sense. They shouldn't be able to fly. I think I read that. Yeah. Flew up the back of my shirt, sat in the car. Oh. I got an itch now. Absolutely not on that one. Yeah, I think that's the only time they're ever going to go for anybody. My old apartment are carpenter bees infesting the deck above my patio late at night when it was really quiet and still. You could hear them chewing? I don't want that. Chewing? Yeah, I think it's only honeybees. Their stinger comes out and it like yanks their insides out, and it's sad. It's a sad. Ooh. I know bee stings suck, which is why I made a beeline for the door. Oh my god. It's almost like dry as a bone. What have we done to the English language? You're saying bumblebees are also the dragonite of bees. Their wings are too small, and they should not actually be able to give them flight? Absolutely. Yes. 100%. Yeah, it's actually like a scientific mystery why they have so much power and they're able to fly. Because their wings are like, it's like the caterpillar from A Bug's Life. One day I will be a beautiful caterpillar. And he has those itty bitties. Those tiny little wings. They're so cute. The wings thing was based on the poor model that was basing assumptions of lift on how others think. Oh, so it was just a poor yeah, I understand. There's no other, how else would you say a poor model? I know what you mean. It was fucking gnarly. I could hear the scraping and see the sawdust drift out of the cracks. I'm itchy all over from that. That is fucking, no. Absolutely not. Carpenter bees don't sting. They bite and they can chew. Well, they chew through fucking. Are they the ones that are like bright blue, or are those the ones that live out in your yard in holes in the ground? There's one that's like peacock blue. They're super pretty, but I think they bite bad. You've made me itchy. No, thank you. Swarmed? Spiffy, absolutely not. What? I was swarmed by yellow jackets? I have a phobia of. Yeah, no shit. How did that? Did you get stuck like in a nest? Oh, honey, that's like a worst fear situation. I'm so happy you're just alive. Cause what? What? Like I need to shout. I love that caterpillar too. I think of him all the time. One day I will be a beautiful butterfly. Someday I'll be a beautiful butterfly. It'll happen. We have those chunky mason bees too. Are those the ones that are like, they look like really chunky bumblebees, but their wings are a little bit bigger and they almost look like stained glass? They like hide in the grass. I think they're eating something in the grass. I have to desperately try not to step on them because they're so cool and I don't want them to die. Ooh. The swarm. My brother and cousin put a rock on top of the entrance of an underground nest. I didn't know the nest was there and walked past it. Oh my god. Did you have to go to the fucking hospital, dude? That is seriously like. When I lived in Maryland, we had a huge paper wasp nest in our tree in the backyard, and it scared the fuck out of me because I thought it was like dangling. It was so heavy and big, you could tell it was gonna fall out. And I was scared it was gonna fall on my dogs and kill them. Oh no, absolutely not. Bees move their wings in a way that gives them lift on the back and forth stroke rather than just the downstroke. So it's like more like a dragonfly, right? I want to say dragonflies have this thing going on. Isn't that kind of technically kind of where we got helicopter models from, I think? Is that kind of, instead of just a this, it's like a this, like a scooping kind of motion. And I think, man, it's been a really long time since I got up close and personal with a bee, but I think they have 4 pairs of wings, not just 2. Which would make sense and account for that. Yeah, like a hummingbird, yeah. Ugh. Luckily, this was in the 90s, so long hair and baggy. Oh, you were lucky. Big baggy jeans. I ended up getting stung less than 10 to 20 times. I am seriously itchy from this. The phobia was injected. Oh, no shit. I mean, I would say everyone should have a not phobic. I mean, I'm so sorry for anyone that has a phobic response to anything because that sucks. But like a good, healthy, respectful fear of large amounts of bees of any kind, wasp, bee, whatever. Right? I think it's fair to say that's like a sane response to, if you see, I don't fuck with a bee. Even in my garden, if I see a bee in a flower, I'm not over there touching it and fucking with it. I back the fuck up, go to the other side and wait. Because, like, that's its garden, you know? Yeah, they have 4. That's what I thought. My dad years ago was working outside on a job mowing the grass, pushed the mower over, an underground hive of wasps. Hornets? Oh my God, I'm so itchy from this. I love bugs, but oh my God. They flew up his shorts and he never got stung once. Maybe they don't like balls as much as we think. He got bitten between his fingers by, ooh, yeah, hornets are mean. They bite. Hornets and wasps, I think, bite really bad. It's, gross. Oh, God. Swarms of bugs really get me. Something about swarms of them. I think it's that same kind of weird fear of the deep ocean. It's just like this visceral feeling like I won't win here. And I'm going to respect it and stay the fuck away. Or maybe they love the balls so much they didn't sting them. Boom, you got me. Boom. Damn it. Draconic, I agree. I've always, like, that, as a kid, I've always loved animals and the tiny world, but, like, at a very young age, my mom taught me, like, don't rip starfish off the rock. Don't, rip things out of their home, like, just lay down and you get to watch them. You don't have to leave. Like, it's not like you have to bring it home to continue looking at it. Like, just lay there and look at the thing. And I gained a early respect for that kind of shit, thankfully. To just not touch nature. Consider it lucky when you get to see it, but leave it the fuck alone, because the chances are you're going to hurt it, Seize the balls. One of us. Poor bees, loving balls and so smart. I talk to the bees in my garden. Me too. That's literally, it's the same way I talk to the spider. Like, if I find a jumping spider, I'm not going to say I talk to a black widow in the corner. I do not. But if I see a jumping spider or something in my house, I just have a conversation with it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to respect you. You respect me. You eat things and or pollinate my garden, and I won't fuck with you. Just please don't accidentally sting me. Enjoy your time here. We're good. Like, I'll just stay on this side of the playground. Because, like, they're so beneficial, Like, can you imagine the world without bees? We're dead. We just don't exist. We do not exist without pollinators. Period. That's just facts. There ain't no buts about that one, right? We literally dead. Like, it's a cute idea to think of some futuristic way of living without pollinators, but it's not real. It's so not real. Like, they will outlive us. I'm pretty sure everything will outlive the squishy mammals, but I really hope they do, because fuck, dude. And when you also have the caveat of companies out there like Monsanto and shit trying to and successfully breeding vegetables that don't produce seeds, or they produce only like what's it called, infertile seeds, so you cannot grow your own food, and the chances of that cross-pollinating into other fields, and suddenly all we have is food that can't develop a seed, and now we die. We just don't need to add to it, right? Angel Dust was based on a jumping spider. I've been curious this whole time, bless you. Seriously. I knew it was a spider, but like, that makes sense, because jumping spiders are beautiful and super fucking smart and cute. Oh my God. Imagine though. That scene, I don't like SpongeBob too much, but the scene with the jellyfish is pretty precious. Sharks are misunderstood. Like, we went to a shark reef aquarium in Mandalay Bay, fucking lucky, on Tuesday, and the workers straight up said that the sea turtles are more of a danger to workers than the freaking sharks. I believe it. I believe it. I mean, we grew where it's similar, I think, probably everywhere. Like, where I grew up, if I told you, like, we have wolves, coyotes, and mountain lions, and they're everywhere. But if I told you the most dangerous thing is probably under a rock or in a hole in the ground, not those big predators. We have bear too, all sorts of bears. I don't even know all of them. But the most dangerous thing ever is probably going to be either a snake or it's going to be, I would guess, like a wolverine or something, or a badger. Because their jaw, I think I think their jaws, correct me if I don't know which one. I think it's badgers. Their jaws are literally designed to crush bone. Like, they can snap a leg in 2 seconds. I ain't gonna go fuck with any of these animals, by the way, but that's the most dangerous thing you're gonna find out there. Because most of the time, if you make noise, all those big predators are gonna get away from you. Especially, I mean, don't walk. It's so weird because where I grew up, like, seriously, I used to go walking in the middle of the night on the beach all the time, alone. By all rights, a cougar should have killed me. Never did I ever see a cougar or a wolf or anything dangerous because I just whistled or made noise or something. I just had major insomniac. But then, like, moving to the big city, people were like, oh my God, weren't you afraid a fucking wolf was going to get you? I'm like, what? Do you know how hard my dad hunts to find a wolf? Sleaze, right? Or the seeds are, like, shriveled and gross and, like, dried out in the middle of the fruit. And you're like, what the fuck is this? What happened? And it's like, I think that was part of the marketing of, oh, seedless. Doesn't everybody want a seedless watermelon? Not really realizing the consequences of seedless watermelon. I love spitting the seeds, honestly. Gardening from seed to harvest is fucking rewarding. I have kale in my garden, by the way, from last winter. Still going strong. It's actually going to flower right now, finally. But I mean, it's the fact that I grew it, and like last night Zach's got a thing for the zuppa toscana from what is it called? From Olive Garden, but I don't like Olive Garden. And so I learned how to make it. And I got to go outside and just, like, pick a plant, and I put that in my soup, and it was dank. There's something weirdly, freakishly rewarding about that. Like, there's probably no difference, but in my mind, it was better. I don't know, though. Dude, right? It's still going. It's crazy. There's actually a couple lettuce plants out there. They're like a red, leaf kind of heritage lettuce or whatever. But when it snowed, it kicked all this mud up on them and buried them, and they just got smothered. So there's nothing viable on them anymore. But that kale just keeps coming back. It's great. Because I just let it go to seed. It gets a nice little yellow flower on it. It's kind of cute. It goes to seed, and then every year I just keep getting more and more kale plants. And it's curly kale. Like, it's good shit. It's like the, like, dark greenish purple kind of curly kale. That's my favorite. It's the most, like, crunchy, I guess. There's also, like, dinosaur kale. All the big predators learned to avoid people a long time ago. Yeah. I saw a bear driving home in the middle of the night. That was the only time. But, like, never ever saw anything like that walking in the woods. And I lived in the bumfuck nowhere. But driving home in the middle of the night, you'd see deer and bears sometimes. Like, I think they were black bears. Because they were small enough to climb up to the top of a tree. I remember driving home from work at like 11 o'clock at night one night, and there was a pine tree that was bent over the road like a Dr. Seuss tree, and the black bear was at the end of it, like dangling on the other side of the road. And I just, like, drove my tiny little Saturn very slowly under it because I didn't want the bear to fall in front of my car or something. It looked very small compared to, like, movie bears, but I don't know. Dinosaur kale, it looks more like cabbage. Let me just show you a picture. Hold on. It's called that, I believe, because it looks like dinosaur skin. If I'm gonna cook kale in something, I'll get dinosaur kale if I don't have any in the garden, because it's like, how would you describe it? Like, more thick. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Thick? It's like waxy. I don't know. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Dinosaur kale. So it looks like this. Like kind of like waxy and dense maybe. Yeah. Cuz if you look at curly kale looks like fluffy or something. I like them all. I like veggies. I'm a weird one. Ooh, good news. Local tattoo artists open their books. Oh my god, new ink. Oh, I'm so excited for you. You must share when you get it. I love living vicariously. Oh, dude, no shit. My sister was out riding her horse, had her dog out with her off leash. She looked over and saw a pair of black bears sitting in a tree. About 20 feet away, she noped out of there super quick. Yes, I would never, regardless of the size of the bear, especially the smaller it is, the more likely I am to nope the fuck out, to be honest, because it's probably a baby and there's a mom nearby. I ain't gonna go near a bear or anything big like that. It's just interesting that that's what people pin as like the scariest things, but I never saw any of that. I'd be more scared of a wolverine. Someone was saying that earlier. Like, they are pretty badass. Hold on. I missed it. Fuck. Yeah, here it is. Dawn was saying it. Wolverines are perfectly capable of hunting for their own food, but choose to steal from bears instead. Must I continue? An animal that chooses to steal from a bear? Show me your balls. Wow. They have that muscled crackhead courage and fury of the honey badger. Boom. Those are the ones. The only reason I knew about those in Eastern Washington, they're pretty fucking common, actually. And you'll notice them because you'll just be walking along in the woods and suddenly there's a den wider than my ass, just like straight down into the ground. And it almost looks big enough for a people to get into it. Like, it's pretty crazy. They're huge and they almost always look like kind of fresh. And when we were out hunting or something like that, my dad would be like 20-foot radius. Get the fuck away from those. Because they will, I mean, like he would tell us that whatever's in there will come out and grab your leg bone and snap it in one bite, no questions asked, just because you're there. And I couldn't remember if it was if it was a badger or a wolverine, but I think they all have that, like, that muscled fucking, there's so many musclids out in Eastern Washington, because I remember that was the big, like, the number one predator of chickens, for some reason, of our chickens specifically, is that, I want to say it was one of them. I don't want to say a weasel, because weasel's such a generic term, but it's some sort of musclid would actually get into our chicken pen if we didn't have it completely enclosed, and bite their necks and drink their blood like a little vampire bastard and kill them and just leave. So you would come to your chicken pen and 3 would be dead with their necks snapped and they'd be drunk. I mean, it's so weird. So fucking weird. I don't know which creature it was, though. This was a long time ago. I was in high school. I don't remember. And then there's curly kale. Curly kale is usually probably what you see everywhere. But I agree. Curly kale, it doesn't have a lot of flavor. Because it's a lot, like, thinner, more, I don't know the word. It's not as substantial, I guess. But it's good if you chop it up and put it in soup or something. Wolverines scare off grizzlies. Yeah, that should say a lot, to be honest. Orcish Nocturne's watch party yesterday, he finally met. Oh, Jim. I wonder if I'm ever going to finish that tattoo. Speaking of, considering my tattoo artist moved up to the other side of the fucking country. There should be a rule, right? Like, you have to stick around for 6 months after you would do a big tattoo. After you start a big tattoo. I don't know. Maybe not. They have a right to do whatever the fuck they want. But, like, now I have to fly to Virginia to finish my leg tattoo. And that's fucked up. It's more muted, yeah. I feel like it's more for texture. Like, if I liked coleslaw or, like, salads like coleslaw, I feel like curly kale would be good for that. I don't know. Right, well, Bobo goes, we've come full circle. I mean, it comes back to our conversation earlier, right? The shorter bitches are the feisty bitches. Whereas us big motherfuckers, we just look scary, therefore we've never had to be scary, therefore we're just soft. Like, I've ended fights, but it's just by holding my hand on someone's forehead like this. Because my wingspan is that of not theirs, and they can't touch me now. Like, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all of my friends that have been, like, you know, significantly under the average, like around 5 foot, they are feisty fucks. Like, they will fight. And they'll win. It's facts. And I think that's probably what happened in the animal world, too. Like, they're tiny. What up, Donna Love? How are you? I see you, B. a don't move clause for hair folks and for tattoo artists. Something, man. I mean, the tattoo, honestly, my tattoo on my leg, it looks great regardless of whether or not it's finished because part of it's colored in and it's like watercolor fades into the rest of it. It's just kind of like, I mean, the first session was about $1,500 because it's huge, you know, it's my ass to my knee. It takes a while to save up that amount of money to do the second session, and it takes a while for this session to heal, and it takes a while for me to forget how much it hurt. Like, at least 6 months. Give me 6 months, man. Then he moved. Fuck. Maybe I'll have Ryan finish it. Booked both of my appointments right away, so I'm hoping he doesn't move on me. I mean, I don't think they'd ever move on you with a booked appointment. That would be pretty fucked up. The one clip of the gopher screaming at the lion. The lion's like, oh my god, mom, yes. I would. Fuck that shit. I mean, think about it. When's the last time you heard of someone having a phobia against wolves and bears? People are phobic against spiders. Little things. The little scaries. Snakes. You know, shit like that. Kind of makes sense because they're fast and scary. Oh, wait, I'm getting an addition to the fairy tale arm. Oh, yes. I gave them a list of options. They resonated with 2 of them. Snow White. Oh, I kept cold chills for you. I love tattoos. An ornate hand mirror reflecting the poison apple. I have a poison apple on my desk. Get out. Or Bluebeard, an old-fashioned keychain, and 1 key dripping blood. Wait, can the answer just be yes? How do you choose? Wait, how do you choose? Wait, how do you choose? Do you let them choose? I couldn't, honestly, Maureen, I can't, it's so hard for me to like concrete make a choice for myself. I usually like find a tattoo artist whose art I love. I go to them with ideas. I let them design something and we work on it together. But like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because you know they're going to propose 2 fucking phenomenal, amazing, unique, artistic designs. And they're going to be like, which one? And you're going to, yes? Can we start another appointment? Like, yeah. What do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? Nobody questions if you're a large predator. The comparison might be a fear of dogs. Ooh, definitely. I don't know if I've ever known anyone irrationally afraid of a dog. I'm sure they're out there. But I've known people afraid of dogs because they've been attacked. And I don't think that's irrational. I have a very strange fear and, you know, deep-seated dread of horses, but I was tap danced on by one. So, you know, I feel like I wouldn't say it's a phobia. I think horses are gorgeous, but like, I don't want to fuck around with their feet or anything. A list of ideas for the sleeve. I give the artist all the ideas and let him pick. That's exactly what I do. Yep, it's the only way I can do it. I can't do it. I couldn't, like, I have one tattoo on my body that I designed myself, and it's my first one. That was my mistake. What horse? Well, so no shit. Obviously, I wasn't cognizant of what happened, but my little sister and cousin Joshua were on 2 horses, maybe like 50 feet away from me, and they saw the entire thing. And the way that my sister said it looked was this. And my arms like cartoon hands, just, and that's it. That was it. So I interpreted that as tap danced. But I was out. You're not wrong, Schmiff. You are not wrong. I gave my artist artistic freedom. With it, he's giving me a massive discount because he's excited to use his. Oh, fuck yeah! His daily rate's anywhere between $800 and $1,200. He's doing my entire tattoo for, oh my god, for $1,400. You lucky whore. I've never had it. I don't have any tattoos on my body other than, I can't lie, this one was 1 session, but it was 13 hours. So like, you know what I'm saying? It was 13-hour 1 session. Sure, it was 1 session. Every other piece I've had has been at least 2 to 3 5-hour sessions, usually. I know. Well, it's the arm one. You've seen that one, right, Maureen? Hold on. It's kind of ashy because I'm so itchy and dry lately. This beauty. I actually flew to Wales to get it done by this wonderful person named Jenna Kerr. It's so fucking detailed though, and like, this is like almost 5 years old actually. Please ignore the burn on my arm. I'm trying to turn it. It's so well done. But it was like it was filmed with like a time lapse camera to sponsor or to do like an ad for some ink, the new ink she was using or something like that. So it had to be one session, like sitting. I know the detail exactly, like the detail and all of the what honestly took her the most time is not because of her, but all of the white detail, which is still white. She had just I'm very yellowy. Like white tends to come up on my skin very yellow. She scrubbed. She said no, it will be white. So that's why we did gold filigree because it's a lot easier than doing silver on me. It would have been absolute hell. You would have just scrubbed my skin off. But all these jewel facets, Jesus fucking dick. This was ours just in itself. Honestly, it wasn't that bad though. The only time of the entire tattoo that I almost was like break time, right there. There's actually a little skip in the ink, and that was probably my fault. It's the bone. That like knob. I wasn't ready. I didn't know. I had no, and I remember being like, and do that like silent turn away, like everything in your body needs to stay still, like there's a murderer about to get you because you will fuck this up. Oh my fucking God. The bones, right? Any bone. The bones. Like when they hit my back ribs with this one. Oh. That, but none of the top hands. She even went through a scar. And I don't know if that's something just to be said about her tattoo style that she's really talented, but like ignoring that big burn right there, there's a big scar right through the middle of my hand. It's from my very first day working at Taco Time ever. I slammed my hand into the heat lamp because I am an idiot. She tattooed straight on top of it, and it still looks great. She just did. I mean, she's fucking, look at all the pearls. They're still white. Like, that's impressive. White ink doesn't last really on anybody, regardless of tone, but this is like 5 years old. And then, get this. So, all this guy, this entire thing with the diamond, she freehanded it. How do I do this? This entire lace thing. She just, Duck, do you mind if I take it up to here? I know we've gone to here, but do you mind? And I was like, goddess, please do whatever you want. And she was like, and that. And the diamond it's just as facet detailed as everything else, and it's got pearls. Like, I'm really trying to, it's so hard to spin my arm that way without standing, but look at all the facets and shit. I'm really dry and ashy right now, man. It looks so good. She just did such a phenomenal job. All of that was freehanded, though. There's something to be said. Like, some people I think were born to be tattoo artists, you know? Outer thigh. Oh, okay. Worst place anyone's ever gotten tattooed. I'll tell you mine. Butt cheek crease. Never have I wanted to die more. I almost tapped out. Butt cheek crease. Cheers. Like the crease between your ass cheek and your thigh. It was hot fire. Hot fire. Cat scratches on a sunburn. Oh, dear God. That part of the tattoo's done, so I never have to do that again. Right booty cheek, nothing. Thigh, nothing. Crease, I'd rather die. I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again. And I have my ribs tattooed and my hips tattooed. Nothing compares. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. I think it's just got to be like the softest skin of your life. I don't know. Okay, no shit, Maureen. Do you want to know my word for this? So my sister and we have a word for this skin right here. Your inner bicep, for those just listening. Your soft skins. Because tell me this isn't arguably the softest skin on your body other than maybe your nipples and genitals. I don't know if I could bring myself to tattoo it because I can feel it. Like, I know I shouldn't do this. The easiest place to get a tattoo, honestly, of my tattoos, my forearms. Like, this one obviously was 13 hours of scrubbing, but like, this guy was 20 minutes and I could have fallen asleep. I barely felt it. It was almost a joke. I kept saying it. Because I've had this is my tattoo artist, Ryan, who lives in Seattle. He's done my big ones on my sides and stuff. He's phenomenal. And I kept saying, I'm like, Ryan, you're a really good tattoo artist, but I barely feel. Are you even doing anything? Jesus Christ. And this tattoo is like, 10 years old. Still looks great. It's perfect. But I would say there's just, it's like, there was nothing to hit here. There's like, it's just skin and fat or muscle or whatever. There's no bones or anything, like no angular stuff to hit. That was probably the least painful area I've ever had tattooed, I think. Here's my hoodie. Circumference of my elbow, ditch of my elbow. Oh, elbow, ditch, tricep, worst spots for me. Yep. I've heard elbow is like the worst. Elbow and knee pit, I've heard is hell. Especially because for my elbow, I had to lay on my stomach. Dude, tattoo positions are sometimes the worst, right? Sorry, I didn't cheers. Cheers. When I got I have a, is it this side? I always forget. Isn't that weird with tattoos? You forget where they are. Yeah, this one. I have a scythe that goes like across under my boob, and then the handle goes down my body and like goes down to my hip, and it's got roses vining around it and blah blah blah. There's like meaning in it or whatever. It's nothing. But when I got that one done, there were certain parts of it that were fucking horrific. But they weren't the parts I thought. Like everybody told me ribs and under boob area is going to be horrible. Nothing. I could have nothing. But when he hit like right here, like right around where my kidneys are, I started shaking. I had to like stand up and do squats and shit. That skin is just so sensitive. But the position I had to be in to get this tattoo, because it's just like my side, he designed it to like, be pretty on my body, work with my curves or whatever. And so the way I had to lay was on my side with a paper towel roll, like, or two, tucked into the crease of my waist so that my waist didn't like collapse down on the table and kept my body like straight. And then I had to keep my arm like this under my head. And it was like, I want to say it was like 7 hours. But my whole arm and this side of my body died. I had to roll off the table. It was quite comical, actually. A tribal. Oh man, we could all. Does anyone here have a cool first tattoo? Other than the fact that it's your first tattoo. Outer thigh was kind of bad. Really, not awful. It was about. Well, I don't think it felt good. Now that because my outer thigh is done too. That's where Jim is. It was after about 3 hours when the swelling started and the scrubbing. Yep. That made my asshole physically clench. It's the scrubbing, and that's what I have on my butt cheek. No shit. So like. All the lining of this work is done, and he started at the top on the butt cheek and down the butt cheek crease, and it's like watercolor trees that are kind of above the gym head, and watercolor style tattoo. It looks really cool. Do you want to know what it is? It's a little cube of about, like, I think 100 needles that they dip in ink, and then they put on you, and they go time lapse 3 hours. I can't tell if it's blood or ink anymore. I mean, we all do it. I pay for it and I love it. But like, what the fuck? It's so bad. The gun sound, that like, really gets me. I love it and hate it at the same time. It's a very strange sensation. Cheers. Sorry. Got chapstick on my shit. Forearm. Oh. First tattoo was from the Diablo Hell's Ink event, so I got like the OG Diablo style Diablo head. That is sick though. Couldn't decide what I wanted and wanted to go to this event. Just said fuck it, dude. Fuck it. That's where I got this one. No shit. I followed this beautiful tattoo artist named Jenna Kerr on Instagram, and she put out a thing saying she's running a contest where you can apply to be a part of this and have the tattoo, like, the time-lapse footage and all that shit, and I applied. And that was it. And she designed it, and I got to pick, I picked, like, my dark crystal, It's the dark crystal, and it has a missing hole in it. Like, I picked that part, but everything else she designed, and I was, like, I find that I like to do that with tattoo artists. Like, I find a tattoo artist whose art I desperately just love, and then we work on something together, because then no matter what they put on me, I'm probably going to love it. No shit, Phoenix half sleeve. And there were a lot of red ink, and they always ask if I'm iron deficient. Yep, I get that. Yeah. First tattoo was a dogwood flower, provincial flower of British Columbia, where I was born. I love that. Dogwoods are gorgeous. I got it done in BC. I got it touched up by a local artist when I got my trillion provincial flower for Ontario. I love that. I have all those roses, the amount of petals is all the people I've seen die. Yours is so much prettier than mine. The meanings, I mean. I had to tribute to people in some way. I didn't know what else to do. First tattoo was inside my wrist. How does that feel? On this? That's some motherfucking soft skins, bitch. Oh. Why? Why? Both are more or less half sleeves. First one, so you're like me then. You go big or go home. I have the same habit. Like, I don't have 50 tattoos making up a sleeve. I have, how many tattoos do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 tattoos, but all of them take up at least an entire limb. Like, I've never gone in with, except my first tattoo. My mom paid for it. She thought she was going to get tattoo bugs out of me. Ha 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 ha. So she paid for it when I was 18. So it's really small. But like, if I'm going to go in for some pain and art on my body, I'm going to get it in an appropriate, like I usually work with the tattoo artist. It's not like I go in and I'm like, I want it this big. I'm like, let's design it for this part of my body. So they design the tattoo to work for that chunk, you know? And so I have like 5, but they're big. Like, big. I don't go in for like the, notebook paper sketches on my arm or the whatever. What does Justin Bieber do? The one who's going to be doing my mushroom. Oh, Jesus Christ. I keep almost knocking my bong over, man. I am talking with my hands far too much today. Can you just stay the fuck away from me? The one is upper arm. It's one of 2 tigers, 1 bagel, 1 white, and a black panther. Yes. Perched on a tree. It was represented my close friends. I love that. I love big cats, though. I love that. That's the coolest shit. I don't think I have other than Jim, I don't have an animal. I forget my tattoos. I'm sure this is very common, right? Where after a certain amount of years, it just becomes part of your body. You kind of, it's weird. I don't even, like, until they're pointed out or until I'm talking about them, I kind of have to think about them to remember what's there because they're just part of me. It's like a mole or something. Inner bicep tattoos, the first piece of my fairy tale patchwork sleeve, is traditional style piece done by a friend of mine of the road. Oh my god, you're gonna have the coolest sleeve. The rose in the glass case from Beauty and the Beast. I'm not kidding you. Like, the way, my desk was falling apart, blah, blah, blah. So I basically, like, mood boarded it, but with Mod Podge. I have all of these things. Like, I have the harpy from The Last Unicorn. I have the poison apple. I have the Last Unicorn waves. like I have the rose under glass is somewhere in here amongst a lot of creepy medical shit like post and pre lobotomy pictures because I'm crazy. But like this, like I don't think I'm a Disney adult, but there's some symbolism from a lot of the different Disney movies I think we all grew up on that just like I was just randomly, I don't know why, I put on Alice in Wonderland the other day. And I was just listening to the lyrics of In a World of My Own, and I just started to I wept. Like, man, I fucking wept. It's deep. Same with The Last Unicorn. Shit's deep, man. I regret. Ugh! Oh! Oh! There has never lived a unicorn who could regret. Every time. Me too. Last Unicorn is my forever and always. Like it's on my forevers. It's just one of the best things that have ever existed, and I'm so happy it's still there. No shit. Who's shocked, Kel? Activision's on sale. It's 99% Call of Duty. Dude, for people who love Call of Duty, good for them, I guess. I mean, I never, even the ones I see, like my arms, I don't realize these are here until someone points them out. You know, someone in public being like, what's it like saying goodbye to the workforce? And I'm like, did you just touch me? What? I don't know. I don't even notice. I really don't even, like, I don't know though. I don't know what that is. They've just become part of me. Until an elder woman grabs my arm because my tattoos are that. No, that happened to me. Like, I get it. I don't know. That happens to me a lot. That happens to me a lot because of tattoos and when I had really long hair. I don't know what it is, but when you have long hair, people think that it's just okay to grab it. And I'm like, don't touch me with your poop hands. Humans are fucked, dude, right? I mean, I remember when I got this one done, it was like raw and wrapped in plastic wrap. And someone grabbed my arm and pulled it away from me to be like, oh my God. And I was like, did you just give me your poop infections, motherfucker? Get the fuck out. Shoo. What the? I don't have any words for it. I don't know what to do with people. They confuse me. People are still saying you're going to be unemployable. Oh, yeah. I mean, like a hand tattoo? Oh, yeah, that's a weird thing. It's only with a certain generation of people, my parents specifically. But the fact that my tattoo is on my hand, I've said goodbye to the workforce. That's it. That's the thing. Is that. I want to get a giant unicorn on my leg under my dragon. Yes. Dragon's my hip to knee, and I want the unicorn. Yes. Like a Old English style kind of thing, or like a Last Unicorn style. Like what kind of art style? Oh yes, do it. The real bodies exhibit's amazing. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm going to peruse the fuck out of those, my dudes. If you've never got to see the body exhibit, I got to see it eons ago. I mean, seriously. I was like 20, 21. I don't even know. I was a wee babe. I was in college, but I was doing science courses and it came to Seattle. And a couple friends of mine went and saw it and I didn't want to leave. Like it's unsettling, but also just I mean, I'm sure you saw it, but the stuff that really got me was how they can like inject that wax into like your circulatory system, somehow melt every other part of you away and then just have a body-shaped circulatory system they encase in glass. And they do the same with your nerves, like your nervous system from your brain, your spinal cord. Like that's all it is, but it's people shaped in glass. Like that stuff just, it really, you know, we talk about nerves and we feel things all the time, but when it's just, it really can, man. I'm so happy you got to go. That shit is just invaluable. It's so fucking cool. Oh, hell yes, Cut. I mean, dead, who the fuck wants to be part of it, honestly? People that invade the personal space are the ones that usually have the personal hygiene issues. I know, right? That's the nerve-wracking part. It's like, oh, I have that Old English ugly unicorn decoupaged onto my, it's on that side of my desk. That's why I ask. It's my favorite, okay? I like him. He's got the beard. Wait, no shit. That's on here too. Like, I'm old school fantasy shit. Oh. Yeah, possibly. It's possible. I have a desk mat on, otherwise I would just point my camera down and show you, but no shit. I did, like, I printed out and cut out, like, the waves from The Last Unicorn that are full of the unicorns, and that's what's going along the bottom of my desk all the way across, and then on this side I've got the harpy, and then I've got my neighbor Totoro, and some skeletons kissing. Like, it's all over the place, but there's a lot of that on here. It's my, I didn't know what else to do, because, like, I'm too like truly actually painfully OCD that every time I repainted it, no matter what, no matter how many times I sanded it down and repainted it, I saw imperfections. And I was driving myself fucking insane. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get some Mod Podge and just like, at first it was just like tissue paper, like different colored tissue paper all over. And then I was like, if everything looks uneven, then it's fine. It just can't be like a perfectly matte surface with like a little, you know what I mean. It's got to be all fucked up or not at all. And I couldn't get it perfect, so and then I started thinking like, you know what? I should put stuff on here I actually like, that I want to look at, that's like inspiring. So no shit, old school unicorn, and then down the side goes to the my unicorn. It's just constantly growing. I add shit to it whenever the fuck I want. It's great. The body exhibit is incredible, right? I know, it's fucking, there's nothing like it, and I don't think anything will ever be like it in the world. It's just so unique. And I don't even know if it's legal what they've done. It's crazy. Mayo love, how are you? My boyfriend wasn't the biggest fan of it, but some people, I mean, I get it. It's kind of unsettling. Like seeing, the reality of that we're just sacks of meat. We aren't sacks of meat. How do I say this? Our souls are encased in these sacks of gelatin meat. It's weird because I feel this sack, like I identify with it. I worry about what it looks like and how it functions. But at the end of the day, it ain't me. And I think the body exhibit is case in point. That it's just it's a little people burrito that we just get to ride through space for a bit or whatever. I can't accept that this sack is me because I don't change as this changes. This stays the same. I used to pretend I was one of the unicorns running out of the waves at the end of the movie when I was a kid. Same. My sister and I would sit around and describe what kind of unicorns we were for an hour, and then we would like gallop for 3 minutes and then go inside. Like that was the game. Was just like, this is what I look like, and this is where I hailed from, and forever. It was the best. Or mermaids. Mermaids were often, because we lived on a river, so we would swim a lot, but like, we'd play with our goggles for a while, swim, and then 15 minutes in, like, I'm a mermaid and you're a mermaid, and I'm blue, so you can't be blue. What do you look like? Okay, I look like a pearl, but it's like a black pearl, but it's like rainbow at the same time. And my hair is so long it tangles in my tail, but I'm magic, so it's not a problem, and it's white. And my eyes glow like sapphires, and nobody can look directly at them without falling directly in love with me. And everyone's fucking obsessed with me, and it just goes on. I viscerally remember these. This is why we're creatives now, because we don't have anyone to do this with anymore, but it's still going on upstairs. So we just draw. Like, we just draw now, or paint, or whatever. I see it as try to be humble for you are a meat sack. I don't want to think I am the meat sack, though. I think I'm just riding the shitty meat sack. Like, I'm the doctor and this is my TARDIS for a bit, or whatever. And it's going to rot and die, but like, you can't create or destroy energy. Where's the battery go? Oh, dude, Titanic exhibit would be rough, but beautiful. Probably. Fascinating. What horse, exactly? I seen what? Oh, the horse girl era was real. Oh, yeah, I was hard horse girl. I wore bright ruby red cowboy boots for many years. Many years. It gets weirder when you think about how you're really just a large collection of different organisms that decide to specialize and work together, and all you are is a large collection of different bits of life somehow working together. Yeah, we're like the, oh God, what are they? The Portuguese man of war jellyfish. It's not one creature. It's like thousands of little creatures stuck together working for some common goal of being a jellyfish that is deadly and scary. Like coral, kind of, right? And the fact that the moment you die, it takes about 3 minutes for breakdown to start. Like the breakdown of your internal organs. Like the bacteria that's in us all the time that your body is 24/7 fighting against wins. The moment circulation ends. About 3 to 5 minutes, and it starts. Within 6 to 8 hours, you'll be bloated with the gases that are the byproduct of the bacteria eating you. Like, it's the amount that our flesh sack is doing to fend this process off 24/7 is mind-blowing. And people are like, you should work out. Bitch, do you even know what I'm doing right now? Fuck. Just kidding. Work out. I'm working so hard. It gets, wait, my shit jumped. Since I was 15, I wanted a tattoo of the VTM, Salubri Anti-True Tree Brew clan symbol. Why do I know these words? Oh my God, fucking vampire. No shit, that's why I know these words. I was like, wait. Nope, it's fine. Unlocked. I wanted even more because it would be, in remembrance of my best friend, who is also my very first Vampire Masquerade LARP ST in a game. That's fucking 6 years. That's impressive. ST died in 2020 of a sudden stroke. Oh my fucking God. Oh, Donna. That is fucking sad and fucked. Oh, dude, hypothetically, fuck yes, Cinemas. Hold on. I got a loadable, but cheers, hypothetically speaking. Travel safely, please. Man of Wars are nuts. They are. I just literally this past 6 months learned that they're not a creature. They are a composition of lots of creatures, and yet somehow super deadly and super scary. Donna, I don't know if I've ever told you this. I kind of have the same thing, like same kind of affinity for uh not Fallout. I just now my brain's stuck on Fallout. Anyways, doesn't matter. A game that I played thoroughly with a buddy of mine in high school, in college. Like every day after class, we would get home and all get onto Xbox Live, and we would sit down and play together. And when we graduated, he graduated like the age. I think he was like 34 or something. But he graduated, got married, and it was immediately diagnosed with skin cancer that went to his brain and killed him within 6 months of graduation. And it was so horrific. Um, and his name on Xbox was Cerberus, and he's still my friend on Xbox. Like his account still is real. And it's just like every time I see it there, that's all I can think of. I know. It was the worst. I mean, this is why I'm not sponsored by a sunscreen brand. I'm not just like being annoying. Like wear a fucking sunscreen. It's so important to me. Like it's just, and he was an indoor pale ass fucking engineer nerd. He was not someone sitting out in the sun. It can happen to anyone. I know it was horrible. His wife, like, fuck, dude. She had a lot of rebuilding of her life to do. Like it was like they had bought a house, he got a big job as an engineer, they got married, skin cancer, brain cancer, death. Like within 6 months. It was like I can't fathom. Yep, it's one of those last sign on literally. Yes. It is. And I see it all the time, and I've always thought about getting some sort of Cerberus tattoo or something like that, because it's just like, fuck cancer, amen. Cheers to that, amen and hallelujah. Fuck cancer resoundedly. Like that shit, it always takes the good in the young for no fucking reason. Like this was a good human being. He was literally going to work at some like good like environmental firm or something down in Seattle. Like it's just so I guess if it's even remotely preventable, i.e. by wearing some form of sunscreen, like please. Next time you think about it, think about me and like think about people in your life who don't want to have the story of a 30-something-year-old friend dying of skin cancer because no one wants to have that story. Donna, that's pretty fucking cool though. Best friend had just turned 40 a few months prior. Dude. K-Beauty's the shit. It's so hard to find in Colorado for some reason. But I found a sunscreen recently. I have to show you before I go because it's so good. Where is it? Oh shit, I moved my desk around and I don't remember where I put it. It's by Naturium. Naturium is the brand? Naturium? Naturium and Naturium. But it's 50 SPF. And I fuck you not, two of my friends who are people of color have purchased it. It's actually invisible. Like it touts itself as this dewy, invisible sunscreen. And when you squish it on your hand, I don't know where I said it this morning. But it looks exactly like sunscreen. I mean, you squeeze a bit on your hand, it looks like white, that opaque zinc. And I did it on stream because I just have this like yellow cast. My dad was Syria, like very very olive tone, and I've got like the lighter version of that. And so a lot of sunscreens that have zinc in them, they make me get blue, or they like give me like this weird blue gray cast on my face. So I tested it on stream and asked everybody. Nobody could see it, and then two of my friends who are black went out and bought it and absolutely verified it actually does disappear. It's the Naturium like dewy invisible sunscreen, whatever. But it comes in an SPF 50, and outside of Korean sunscreen brands, and maybe a Japanese sunscreen, or Japanese, like, sun care brand, I've never seen an SPF over, like, 20. It's pathetic for facial sunscreen. Because the more the SPF usually means the more zinc, which means a white cast on your face, making you, like, look blue-gray. No shit, so did Target. That's how I found it. And it's pretty reasonably priced. Like, I want to show it to you, but it's like like a pump, but it's like a bottle. So like it sits upside down on its pump, you know what I'm saying? But you only need one pump and it literally covers my entire face and down my neck. And I've gone out in the yard multiple times. I have no like I barely have any freckles coming out at all. Like it works. And I'm just so impressed by that because I want the highest sunscreen SPF. Like sun damage is the shit. And all the fake self tanners out there nowadays look so fucking realistic and look so good. There's no reason to sit in the sun if you want to be tan. Everybody feels good looking tan. There's no reason to get skin cancer for it anymore at all. Period. Like, just go get a fake tan. There's so fucking many out there. That on top of that, they're probably like fortified with B12 and vitamins and shit like that. I can't, the one I have, no shit. It's like it's really, really light. I honestly didn't even know I was getting a self tanner at the time, but I love it. It's like literally, I want to say it's Jergens or something. It's a lotion, like a big pump bottle lotion. I usually just get to have in the bathroom and then I smother it all over my body when I get out of the shower. But it actually has like this very, very slight like bronze self tan to it. And it's amazing to me how good they are, I guess. There's no, weird spotting or like patchiness to them. Like back in the day when you did a self tan, everybody knew because like your hands would be either stained orange or they'd be pink as your vagina. And everybody could tell what the fuck you did. Like there was no way, or it would come off on your face. Every time you washed your face, it would come off. Like nowadays, these shits, they work. So I just don't understand. There's no, I mean, I think Trump bathes in self tanner. Like just fills a tub and goes, bloop, bloop. Kind of like the guy from Dune with the milk. Like, listen to me. I'm Swedish old and my sons are successful. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Like that. But like self tanner. Yeah. With all the tubes hooked up or whatever. Well, the leather skin, I mean, if you survive skin cancer, that's honestly, like, I guess wrinkling and stuff like that is kind of inevitable. I don't want the liver spot, like, I guess they're called liver spots, but the big, scary moles and scary freckles that I have to go see a dermatologist about that I'm pretty sure are all coming from skin damage that I see covering most of my Irish side of my family scare me a lot. Like, I don't have freckles, I have moles. And so I'm constantly looking at my back and my stomach and like, is that one new? What is that? Is it a mole? Is it poop? It's a mole. What is that? Like, I hate it. And it's parts of my body that quite literally never see the sun, Like, they're just, it's, you either have freckles? What's a barnacle? I have red moles now. Those are fun. I've been told they're nothing. The Baron Harkonnen of self-tanning, yeah. It's me and my fingers. What's a barnacle? Because is it a mole? Wait, why would there be moles on my... What do you do when you find them in the garden? My mother's skin damage and still refuses to wear sunscreen. I can't. She wants to be tan and never wore sunscreen before. When I say, see, my mom had the same childhood, but she flipped, thank fuck. Like, probably because she works in medicine, she sees sun cancer and, like, what it can do to you. But, she's told me stories. My mom's 70, so if you're within 10 years of this, I'm sure you can identify. But she said that her and her sisters quite literally used to smother their entire body with baby oil, and then they would wrap, like, a record in tinfoil and sit in the yard with that record propped up on their nipples like this, so the sun reflected at their neck, and they would just sizzle. Because they didn't know about sun damage. I mean, it was just like, being tan makes you feel good, sun feels good, like, I get it. Everybody loves it. But man, to sizzle like bacon like that, I don't want that. And I guess that's what they all used to do. So now my mom is quite literally covered in like these big, big freckles she's constantly going in and getting shit checked because she has no idea. She's one of those, my mom and my sister and that side of the family, they're those type of people where like just every inch of their body is freckles instead of any semblance of a tan. Does that make sense? I don't know. My Nana was this way. It was like the moment the sun came out, every inch of her body was freckles. All of it. No bare skin, all freckles. That's what they do. So when they change, it's like no matter what, they have to go to a dermatologist all the time. She wears sunscreen now, though. Thank fuck, because I can't. Like my nana, both my nana and two of my aunts have had little skin cancers taken off. Like, right, like I have them here. These, I have to get these checked all the time because these are not freckles. These big ones, these are all moles, and this is like I'm 6 foot. I'm not much closer to the sun, but I'm always like, when do you look at your own? So every time I look at my shoulder, I'm like, oh, did that one? Is that a pimple? Or is it a mole? Did it change? But they can't even see them. So they just constantly have to go to the dermatologist. Like, I can't even imagine that. At least I can see the difference and I can be like, that's different. Is that raised? And I'm constantly like feeling them like, is there braille yet? I don't want, it just seems like such a dumb way to go. Skin cancer. Like, I'm not letting that fucking take me. I learned to cover up and use sunscreen only because I go from tan to burn so fast. That's my sister. Most that side of my family is that way. I don't burn, which honestly I think is almost sometimes more dangerous because if I don't think about it, I could get away with not wearing sunscreen, but I'm still getting the same amount of damage. Like, I went a lot of reckless, youthful years not wearing any sunscreen at all because I didn't burn. So I was like, oh, I don't get damaged by the sun. Fucking idiot. Tigers on my sleeve look like leopards. Dude, I love freckles. I'm super jealous. Have always wanted them. My little sister has that adorable, perfect, always bridge of them here. And then they just multiply as the sun comes out. And she has that beautiful milky skin that has no pores on it. And I'm greasy McFucking Jew face over here. Like my dad. Who's dead, so I have no one to even bitch out about it. Genetics, they're very odd. What roll of that dice you get? I didn't get that side, unfortunately. I got the greasy one, the dark hair, and the big ol' pores that look like freckles sometimes. Oh, so you grew up with the... No, I won't put on sunscreen. I just have to burn to get my base layer. Because I heard that from every person in my family forever. No, you burn a couple times, and then you got your base layer for the rest of the summer, and then you'll never burn again. Thanks. Dude, same. The pores, it's crazy. Like, I could do the gross, like, squish my nose up and get little worms coming out of my pores at any given time. Just giant, and my dad was literally, like, Eastern European and, like, Syrian, and those genetics come with greasier kind of skin, like, oily skin, which, if you have oily skin, I have good news for you. We age like almost 10% slower than people with dry skin because oily skin tends to mean higher collagen turnover in our skin for a longer period of time. So like we may be greasy and have big old holes in our nose, but we will look young forever, so we win. Anyways, those genetics come with big, because like the more greasy you are, it means your pores are they're dilated to breathe, so they don't get clogged, et cetera, et cetera. Stupid. My dermatologist has explained this to me because I bought into all the like pore minimizing, pore eliminating, blah, 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 blah for ages. Because since I can remember, I just have big fucking holes on my nose and here and here. Always. I could get a chemical peel and they'd be there. They're just the way my face is. Whereas I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating when I say, and I'm sure you've seen people like this. My little sister's nose, it's like this skin. Like there's nothing. And she's my sister, so of course I've grabbed her face and like, why don't you have holes in your face everywhere like I do? And it's just a different skin. It's just different dermis, man. I got one roll, she got the other. Genetics are fucking weird. I got the greasy side, she got the dry side. So like we both have shit to bitch about. She's dry, I'm oily. They both suck, but I'll age slow. So like, hell yeah, it's fucking cool. No shit. Same. I have those nose pores, and it's not like I've picked my face. I mean, I know that was what everybody's parents, I'm sure you did. Tell me did you ever just lay an oxy pad across your nose and just like go about your day? Because you were told that you were because you're greasy, that's why the pores are big. So like, let's just dry the fuck out of our face with rubbing alcohol. It's hard, same. You would just lay it on there and it would fold around and you'd kind of sit there and be like, oh man, It's fine. I can't fucking see anything, and I'm blind, and my eyes are on fire, but like, the pores on my nose will be gone. I'm here to tell you they never go away. Yeah, if it burns, it's working. Like, if there isn't an alcohol kind of effect, like, if it isn't stinging my eyes or burning my skin in some way or shape or form, I don't believe in it. And I still struggle with that to this day. Like, if I use anything on my skin, I'm like, thank you for the follow. I think something should affect me. Like, I'm like, I should feel it. Like, and I'm sure a lot of you are this, I grew up with the peach scrub, which, among, like, your shower was using Ives peach scrub, which was glass shards on your facial skin, just like every day, like shit. And then you'd get out of that same shower and then put the oxy pads on that raw flesh. How do any of us have skin? Is it all the preservatives we consumed? Are we just plastic? I see these fucking TikTok memes and shit all the time about how my generation allegedly looks really young. And they joke about how it's all the Lunchables we ate. But I think about what the abuse that I put my skin through, thinking that that's what I needed to do. I should, by all rights, have some fucked up wrinkles by now. And I don't. Still got big pores on my nose. Those will never go away. I will always be able to. It's just a lifestyle, I think. With some of us are just greasy. No, regardless of how. And it's like, I'm sure a lot of you know this. It's like a compounding effect. Like the drier you make your skin, the greasier it becomes, like, as a refractory reaction, because your body freaks out. Like, what have we done? Why are we putting alcohol on our face? Ugh! So, like, when you take that oxy pad off, you can see the little dots of oil just start to, like, form on your nose. Like, your body's like, ah! And we were like, shh, here's some more rubbing alcohol. You'll be fine. What? But, like, our moms were dipping themselves in baby oil and wrapping things in tinfoil to tan. So, like, to them, like, at least we weren't doing that. So I guess, it's generational. Except that this new generation is now, I'm not sure if you guys heard about this, but, like, little kids putting on retinol and, like, niacinamide on their face. Like chemical peels. I don't know what this is. People my age are buying their children, like, skincare I can't afford that is chemical peel. And then these parents are trying to sue the companies for not having a warning that you shouldn't put a chemical peel on a 7-year-old's face. Is this like a caution coffee's hot situation? No, this is a huge thing, Sleaze. Oh my god, it's been in the news. It's actually national news. Because not only that, but like, so like my generation, like I hate to say millennial, but I think it's like millennial-esque-ish, a little bit older, a little bit younger, probably. Who knows? Generations are stupid. But around my age, 10 years, 10 plus minus, was like the Sephora era, right? Like Mac, I think, just celebrated their 30th birthday or something. So I was like 6 when Mac was established. But like, like stores just dedicated to makeup was like a thing that came out when I was like a kid-ish. And we kind of like got those stores, like made makeup a thing, like it wasn't common. I think my Nana and my mom still to this day, they always had like their powder, their blush, their whatevers, and they used the same shit for 50 years and they never branched out. Whereas our generation, I think, went like, no, you need shelves of palettes, which I still have on this wall right here. Shelves of makeup palettes that you can pick from every day, and like 10 bottles of different body glitter or whatever. And that is like, it's dying. And what's happening is my generation is now going to Sephora to go makeup shopping, but they're bringing their kids. And their kids are going to town on the testers. This is real. It's such a big deal. It's actually made national news. I'm not kidding. But the kids will go around the store and fucking trash it. And Sephora was forcing the employees to allow the children to trash it and then to clean up after them, i.e. just like empty testers, smear things on the walls, like pretend they're adults, make TikToks in Sephora, doing blackface to prove that some brand had a great shade range or something. Guys, how many excuses are there for doing blackface? This is a trick question. It's zero. Zero. The answer was 0. I don't. It's just I honestly I love makeup, and I still follow a lot of YouTubers from my makeup era days who still talk about makeup. So I hear about this shit, and it's wild. So now that like the parents are trying to like buy the products their kids are testing, they're buying their kids. A lot of skincare you can get nowadays. When I was that age, you had to get from a dermatologist. Any of those they call them active ingredients, but like big ones are like retinol and niacinamide, and there's another big one. But they're essentially chemically peeling. So instead of using that peach scrub that had like glass shards in it to physically scrub layers of your skin off, essentially it is a chemical that will burn away the first couple dead layers of skin, because as we get older, our body doesn't turn it over on its own as fast. And, that's how we get fucking ashy. Story of my life. They're buying them for kids. Like, I don't know, because not my science. I don't know what age your skin stops doing collagen turnover, but I'm pretty sure it's in your 20s, maybe early 30s-ish, and that's when you should maybe sniff at those retinols and shit like that. Like, that's when you maybe question them, unless your dermatologist prescribes them otherwise for acne or something like that. But can you even... It's like putting it on your penis. Imagine putting a chemical peel on the head of your cock. That's what these children are putting on their skin. There's no dead skin to burn off. It's horrific. And it's getting to the point where kids are actually having horrible third-degree burns on their flesh, and then these fucking pretentious, self-righteous mothers who can't accept fault in anything they've ever done are trying to sue the makeup companies for not putting a 18+ on a product or something, on makeup, that is being purchased by the mother, because these children are obviously 10 years old, like they have no income. They changed the peach scrub, actually, Donna. They molecularly changed it. I think the problem with it is that the peach scrub actually had bits and pieces of, like, the shell, like the peach pits shell, which is, like, really hard and abrasive in it. But back in the day, it was an uneven texture, and the shapes weren't all the same size. And a lot of them were literally, like, little razor blades that would just, like, cause micro cuts in your skin. And I think they did something to it, because there's no fucking way a company could sell something that was micro sharding our faces, right? I can't imagine. Dude, I think about that sometimes. Can you imagine if like camera phones were around? Not even just video phones, camera phones when we were kids. Can you fucking imagine? I'll never pretend I was a perfect child. By no means. I would have been fucking in trouble. Right? And, C-Town, I think there's nothing wrong with chasing a fountain of youth, but I think they go about it. I think society as a whole, probably myself included, please don't, I don't think I'm better than any of this, but we associate and put value of youth on the way we look on the outside instead of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's more important to be skinny than to be fit and be able to walk until you're 80. And I'd much rather be able to hike until I'm 80 than look skinny or whatever. Like, that to me is youthful. Like, I mean, anybody can look young, but if I see some old grandpa out on a hiking trail doing better than I am and not sweating and huffing like I am, I'm like, fuck, that's young. To me. Like, that's what I want to be. Like, fully independent, mobile, still doing cool shit I want to do. Like, that to me is young. I've never looked at someone who had a shit ton of plastic surgery and filler who's 80 and been like, oh, I've been fooled. I totally thought you were 20 and not an alien. Is that just solid in your face now? Ever. No one's fooled. Me too. We were just talking about that, C-Town. No shit. I was preaching about sunscreen. Like, it's the one thing I think is the most important to me to try to put value on every day, because it's so easy to forget, and it's something that doesn't, you don't really think about if you're just casually going in and out. You're not outside for 10 hours at a beach. You don't really think about it. But just being out in and out, especially if you live in a place like Colorado where you're closer to the sun, it's very importante. Well, it's right, like, and that's the thing. I don't think the kids even know why they're using these products. I think they're doing it because they see it on TikTok and they want to be TikTok stars or something. No shade, like, whatever. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. Hey friends, this looks like melanoma. I fucking no, God, I hope not. It's storming. I feel like I heard like massive rain outside, and that's what the dogs borked at. Hello. You're awfully cute. Hello, my child. I know. Honestly, like I like that my dogs let me know someone's at my door. You guys know I listen to way too much true crime. And you know where true crime, you know where murderers don't go? Houses with dogs. And never on purpose, I should say. They accidentally do sometimes, but never on purpose. I know. You know what time it is. He's like, Bob, you've been sitting at this desk for so many days. I hate it. Come play with me outside. He's so like, you're so regal and cute. Want to go outside and play, huh? We're just burping my mouth. That's fine. He's very majestic, and he's very chill about the love because I don't like actively have to pet him the whole time. He's just chill to just he's very happy to sit on me, you know what I'm saying? It is. How do you know what time it is? You're very cute. You're wet. Is it raining? Am I wet or are you wet? Who's wet? Probably you. Probably drink water, right? You guys can't see it, but he's done this since he was a puppy. He always crosses his front legs. Always, no matter what. They're crisscrossed. He's such a little gentleman, it's disgusting. He did it when he was a baby, like an itty bitty little butterball, crossed his little paws. I have pictures of it. Still does it. You're so cute. Yeah, you know it. You know you're fucking. It's the Sphinx pose. He does. It's always with one little paw. Well, ever since I got him, it's same. It's just the cutest fucking shit. He is crisscross applesauce. And just sweet as. Huh. This is how we do it. Is it? I know, bud. Okay. Okay, fine. They really are. I mean, seriously, it's laughable how regal they are. Like, they go from chasing their own farts, quite literally, outside and rolling around and doing that like weird chatting thing they do themselves. And when they see me walk inside, they sprint inside, sit in a very specific spot with the most impeccable fucking posture. They look like AKC bred whatevers. And because they know they get a treat if they sit and wait for mom to shut the door. But they go from this like fart, they just, it's the yin and the yang. This lick my boob, whatever. You always say like a sphinx, huh, bud? You're so fucking cute. That was in my mouth. Bob. All right. Fine. Music died anyways. I need to get Spotify on my computer. That's something. Time is scary. Null months. Everybody's null months today. It's been a really fun day of resubs. I will try to work. Oh, you've farted. Your thoughts are just absolutely not nice. We need to shit, apparently. I know. I don't like the sound, though. The, like, that, like, buzzing sound. I'm gonna try to fix that. The cute little graphic I don't hate, though. But the buzzing sounds a little annoying. I know. Zeke lets him lick in his mouth. Zeke doesn't witness how often he licks his own dick. I mean, he gets me in my mouth. It's not like I'm, like, sterile over here. Like, my dogs are gonna lick me all over. I can't help it. I love my dogs. But I don't let him, like, lick my mouth on purpose or anything, because like, you know, dogs, they clean themselves like a lot, yeah, all over, and it's just you know, you wake up. You ever wake up in the morning, maybe on a morning when you could sleep in, the sun's coming in at that angle where you know it's later than normal, and suddenly you just hear that sick, wet, and it's your poodle just deep throating himself on the end of the bed. Which is same. Therefore, I'm just like mildly more conscientious of it. You know what I'm saying? Just like mildly. Just like fucking mildly. Aw, bud. I'm just glad you clean your own penis because I don't want to do it. Can you imagine? I had to clean Millie's no-nos because she was a pug, therefore built like a barrel and couldn't turn to lick her own vagina. So I had to wet wipe it, which I was fine with. But like, I don't want to wet wipe your dick. I love you, but I don't want to do it. I would, just to be understood. Yeah, I would. Because you're important to me, but I don't want to. Please do that. Dude, right, RevoltCon? Right. It's General Andrew's birthday. Is he live right now? No. That someone's driving by with either a huge cock or a huge compensation. Let me see. My Twitch has been all day. It's been kind of weird. I think I need to just restart my computer because I did a lot of updating on it today. It's like loading down to a certain point. Like I couldn't see chat on my dashboard for some reason. It's weird. So I couldn't see him live. Ha ha! I found him. Hell yes. Hell yes. That's perfect. We can go sing happy birthday. Yes, Bran. And like the people like across the street from me, I live at a four-way. Across the street from me, I'm pretty sure they deal like drugs, like weed. They probably sell weed or something like that. But every once in a while, they have one or two customers who think it's just the best idea in the world to vibrate my internal organs with the adorable bass system they have. But here's the thing. You know that fucking tape that you line the inside of your car with when you put a nice bass system in it? I can't remember what it's called. Like lightning tape. No, it's Firewire. Is it lightning tape? Whatever. They don't have it. So like you can't even make out the music going on in the car because all you hear is the rattling of all the metal pieces falling apart. Like the it's like this like tar tape almost that you would put under the lining of your car around the bass stuff, and it absorbs some of the bass rattle because you can literally rattle your car to pieces. You know exactly the sound I'm talking about. It sounds like their trunk of their car is going because their whole car is just rattling to pieces. They have nothing, but that's all you hear. That's what just drove up, and I could feel it in my soul. That's what I mean. Big dick or huge compensation. I used to have one of those sound systems and have a huge dick, so like I get it. I understand. Can we just load? My dashboard is weird today. Sorry, this is so slow. I know, Bubba. I know. We're gonna do the place that I won't say out loud. I promise. Mom's computer is just having a rough day of it. They didn't bolt. Well, there was back in the day when I had that bass system in a different car when I was, you know, into that world, I guess. It was like, I want to say one side of the tape was like tinfoil, and then the tape itself was like this black tarry shit, and it was wide. And you would get these huge rolls of it and like tear up, you know, the siding and shit of your trunk, and you would line it. You would like press it in, you know, it was kind of moldable a little bit, and you would line everything with that, and it would absorb a lot of that stuff so it wouldn't rattle your car to pieces, and I can't remember what it was called. I mean, it's just wild because like I understand wanting to listen to heavy music and loud music, but no one else should be subjected to it. Find a way. I don't care how good your music is. Like, you could play the best song in the world, and hearing it from outside of your car as you drive down the road, it's going to sound like shit, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, please. You know what I'm saying? It loaded. Now just please find General Andrews. You're on. We follow. We're friends. You're a dick. And a lover, and a child, and a... There we fucking go. My God. Yeah, it's just the short bursts where you barely hear the lyrics or anything. Right? Dude, I heard a thing one time ages ago, and my doctor told me this. He might have been just tried to scare me when I was a kid, but he told me that, like, when you leave a concert and you have that ringing in your ear, that ringing is the sound of that little hair dying. You will never hear that specific pitch ever again. It's death. That's the death rattle. Crazy. I don't know. Me neither. It'd be crazy. I mean, I do understand you lose those little hairs and then you can't hear that anymore and it's damage, but like, I've been to a lot of concerts and had that exact ringing in my ear and fucked my ears a lot. Yes, ma'am. I know what time it is. Would you like to come say farewell? Come on. Hello, Miss Ma'am. So long, farewell. Oh, okay, you're just gonna hide? Okay, we're just gonna do that instead. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Nope, we're pouting now. Should I stall more? I hear you suckle things too. I love my dogs beyond reason. They're just the best. Goodbye, so long, and thanks for all the licks. Hi, Miss Ma'am. You're very pretty. Have you been farting? She has the worst farts. Nauseating. I can chew on them. That look. They all have it. The side eye that's like, you know that what we're doing right now is not where we're supposed to be. And I guarantee Trick's sitting under his leash right now. All right, my dudes. I'm gonna raid my boy General Andrews, who's actually streaming with L Bell today, which is fucking amazing because they're two of my favorite people in the world. I actually got to hang out with them in Vegas, and they're phenomenal. I'm gonna work on my stream some more, but not so much that I break it. Thank you from the bottom of my deep, dark soul to all of you that have helped me troubleshoot this experience these past couple months, because it's been hell. And I don't know. I'd go crazy. Like, I listened to that entire jungle video again yesterday while I was fixing my computer because it brought me so much joy. Vex, the video you gave me, it brought me so much happiness while we were making that cake because I was at the end of my wits. Like, that was 10 hours of stream, man. I was so tired standing and hunching my back. But that got me through it. And yesterday when my computer decided to die again and I was at my, like, I'm going to sledgehammer the new one point, I put that on. And it reignited that, like, same happy joy, like, hope. And I was like, I can do it. It's fine. Dude, it's so good. I honestly, and no shit, so we all know it's full of beautiful bodies and dancing that is hard not to look away from. I put it on and was in the kitchen and just listening to it. It's just as phenomenal. Like, I was just grooving and dancing to myself in the kitchen. It's phenomenal. It's so good. Oh my God. Like almost muffled voices through a wall, Glut. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. It's still so good. The visuals are off the charts, but it's still phenomenal without them. Cheers. All right, I'm rating General Andrews. I got to take my poor needy dogs outside. Cheers. Take care of yourself. Drink water and stretch. I will be back tomorrow morning. We're unable to raid General Andrews at this time. You know what? I think my dashboard's broken and I can't literally raid anyone. I don't know what to do. It's been broken all day. Like, no ads would work or anything. I know. Let me see if I can do the type raid command. Because that should work. He doesn't have any weird spellings in his name, right? No. I'm trying. It's been all day. I couldn't run an ad or anything, but I don't... I don't know. I'm just going to spam chat with his link, and I'm going to hope all of you go there to hang out with him and Elle, because they're two of my favorite people. Seriously, and if I like them, I mean, my mods like them. My mods are kind of bitches. They're bitches. Like, they just, picky. That's a good sign, right? I know. I'm gonna cheers. I'm so baffled by my shit not working. That is the weirdest thing. It's such a. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I don't use the Twitch dashboard for really anything at all, other than ads. So like, it doesn't. It's not like mind breaking. It's just annoying. Bitchy. Yeah, I would say that. Not bitches, just bitchy, which I respect. I think more people should be more picky. We put up with too much bullshit. Go hang out with my friend and cheers. That whistle. I wish I could whistle through my teeth. I have a bracelet that says bitch on it too, which in my opinion isn't a bad word. In my opinion, it just means like it's what people love to call other people when they set boundaries, or maybe say like not just participate in an echo chamber, like, oh, all of you love Taylor Swift. No, I'm not really a fan. Oh my god, she's such a bitch. Like, who the fuck doesn't like Tay Tay? Like, I'm sorry, did I just destroy your sense of being by not having the exact same taste in music as you? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I like people like that. All right. Yeah, I just go on live now. Be good to yourself. Drink water. I'm gonna go take my dogs outside before it starts raining. I'll see you tomorrow. Pray for my computer. Nothing's wrong currently, but you never know.